All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if this sounds okay, if you don't mind hitting that number one as always. Again, from a mic check standpoint, do I sound all right? Hit that number one, please. Raspberry, Ravin, Brian, Change here, Mark, Rookie, Nam, CJ. All right, perfect. Brett, Kevin, thank you. All right, just very quickly, for those of you that watch this in the archive, if you want to have something to continue to watch in the archive, then this is totally viewer supported. There's no sponsorships, anything like that. So use code CLAY, all caps, with any of these prop firms I use. I recommend Take Profit Trader. But I know some of you are maybe empire building. You want multiple prop firms, multiple accounts. So here are some other prop firms that I do have a code with. So save yourself some money, support the stream, ensure that you continue to have something to watch in the archive. So if you don't mind doing that, that would be greatly appreciated, and practically truly does have an impact on whether or not you're going to continue to have anything to watch in the archive. So thank you for letting me just share this with you real quick. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. It is Monday, March 23rd. The year is 2026, and I was not around to see it, but with the news of talks being very good, I mean, absolutely explosive move. So like I said, I was not there. I didn't see it. I can't say it cooked me or anything like that, or I can't say it made me, a trillionaire. But nonetheless, had quite the bit of a spicy move right there. But we will. I will say this. Remind me at 11 a.m. to talk about my day, because it was a record-setting day for myself. A record-setting day. But we'll get to that at 11. To be fair to the people because technically speaking, which I appreciate all of you, you're technically early. So I don't want to, when people show up late and be like, well, you should have been on time. Because it's like, well, wait a second. If people show up at 11, they'd be able to throw in my face, justifiably so. Well, what do you mean? I'm on time. What do you mean you already talked about your day? And that'd be a fair point. So at 11 a.m., remind me to talk about my day and my record-settingness on the day. I think I made up that word. But yeah, it is a well, let me ask this, though. I'm getting off my normal intro here. But yeah, if you've been here before, please hit that like button. We're going for 400 likes today. So if you've been here before, here's your first reminder. Hit that like button, as many of you have always told me that I need to remind you. So if you could do that, that would be great. And then if you've never been here before, first off, welcome. Fantastic to have you. But yeah, no need to hit the like button, because I understand you have no idea if you're going to actually enjoy. But if you have been here before, there is your reminder. So hopefully you're all having good days, though. How are your days starting off? Good, bad, terrible, great, train wreck, blew an account, passed an account? What's going on here, Nas? I'm personal trading news. I have 6 test accounts. Oh, nice. Good job, Nas. Yeah, that's looking good. Or I could, well, yeah, I don't know. That really depends on where you stand in your racehorse model right now, Nas, if you want to fire more up. But I don't know. It really depends on if you've been jiving today. If it feels like you're in a great groove, well, then I wouldn't call you crazy. I'd only call you crazy if you've blown multiple accounts and then you're like, well, I think I'm in the groove. I'm gonna fire up some more accounts. It's like, well, wait a second. Blew up a test account, but reset it. Oh, a test account. For a second, I was like, wait, did he just say to reset a pro account? But no, just test account. My time's off. All right, Mark. First day pro up. Nice job, rookie. Wow. On a pro up 1,400. Blew a test, but in the new one, good job, Kyle. Green haven't been in trade yet. Up a few hundred morning. I have 0 racehorses, only training horses. Well, it sounds like you're about to have quite a few racehorses here in a few moments, Nas. Like I said, really, it's a matter of groove. If you, and I'll talk at the extremes. If you've passed 50 accounts today and you're like, man, I'm the racehorse model, I want to build up my stable. Clearly, I'm in the groove. I've passed 50 accounts. I don't think there's anything crazy at all about firing up more accounts. Now, you may say, well, Clay, he's already passed 50 accounts. Well, and I'm not necessarily focused on the number. I'm focused on the groove. If you're in the groove, if you're jiving with the market, keep on jiving. On the flip side, if you're like, yeah, I've blown up 50 accounts, but man, I think I'm in the groove. I'm going to keep going. It's like, no, I think what you're doing is you're on tilt. You have no groove with the market. Well, what's your proof of that? Well, the fact that you've blown up 50 accounts. So the fact that so to that person, I'd say, I don't know if I'd say fire up any more accounts. But for you, Nas, sounds like you're in the groove. So I would not call you crazy at all if you're firing up more accounts. I had a 150. I don't like the word had. I had a 150 Pro go. Oh no. Okay, well, Sam, at least you still got a positive ROI on it. That's good at least. But still never fun. Hope your record is good. Won my pro gone. Yeah, saw that in the chat, John. Sorry to hear that. Well, today is one of those days where you've got to be very careful because, I mean, if we look over here at the y-axis, I mean, the vast majority of time, the space from this number up to this number is what? Maybe 20, something like that. Today it's 50. So it is moving out there. I know some people just like to use the ATR, and I mean, that's another great way to kind of gauge just how, kind of volatile it is. But I like just using the y-axis over here on the chart, just looking at the space between the numbers. So it is one of those days where you could be looking at a couple of lines and you're like, well, those lines aren't too far apart. And then you're like, you check the distance and it's like, oh, wow, that's still a 20-point stop. Jay, are you related to Man Tools? I think Man Tools is in your head, brother. I've noticed that like 80% of your messages refer to Man Tools. Is that your brother? I think, Jay, Man Tools may be living in your head rent-free, brother. Okay, okay, fair enough. Your mind was just blown by the epicness of it all. Fair enough. That was an interesting situation. So if he's just living in your head because of just the epicness of it, fair enough. Fair enough. Morning, Clay. Up on one between two eval, small position, find the rules. Had my focus between last night and this morning. Good, yeah. Today was one of those days where I think it can really challenge people to see if you really are following your rules or not. But yeah, glad to hear, CUK. You're off to a good start. I did have a good weekend, Jay. Yeah, thanks. Hopefully, to you, Jay, and everybody else. Hopefully, everybody had a good weekend. Nothing crazy going on. Well, so I was mentioning this on Friday. I think I mentioned this on Friday, but they started digging our foundation for the home. And there's a lot of dirt right now. And I'm having flashbacks to when I was a kid. I grew up in a neighborhood, but there were still a couple of lots that needed to have houses built on them. So I still remember they'd come dig out the basement, huge piles of dirt wars climbing the dirt piles. I was like, oh, and that is one of like my memories that, I don't know, it's always just stuck with me. So yeah. Spent a lot of time throwing dirt at my kids. They'd go behind the mountains and they were like digging like bunkers and stuff like that. So I just take small dirt and chuck it up over there. And a couple sizes were probably a little bigger than they should have been, but none of those hit the kids. But yes, they were like, Dad, keep throwing. And I was like, you know what? This might be a once in a lifetime thing because how many times do kids have access to massive dirt piles? Not a lot. So that is pretty much what I spent my weekend doing, throwing dirt at my kids. As weird as that sounds, that's literally what was going on. In a responsible, adult-like way. All right, Sam. I'll keep an eye out for it. Taking short there, stop loss 50 points. Yeah, as crazy as that sounds, think about it. 50-point stop, what are you talking about? Well, and I'm just making up the trade plan. But if you got short right here, kind of, let's just say you want to play a crack down through these lows and you want to throw your stop up here, just over the high right here. So, nothing crazy. Okay, I get short down here, throw your stop up over the kind of little high right there. Well, that's 50 points. What do you mean it's 50 points? Well, yeah, if you get short here, look at the numbers over here. As I raise that up, there it is. There's a 50-point stop. So that's what I mean of how you kind of got to be a little careful with everything out there. Right now, I'm not seeing a whole lot. And that is the one thing that I will say, and maybe I'm the idiot, but dirt. That's, if anybody's ever done that, like that's, and my kids were like, and I said, part of the thrill is like, okay, these are dirt chunks. Yes, they're not going to kill me, but it's not going to be like a feather hit me either. There will be some pain involved. But that adds to the spice of the adventure. Like there is that credible threat, and that gets the adrenaline flowing a little bit. So I was like, why is that so fun? I'm like, because kids, that's what you're witnessing. Adrenaline in the sense of these are dirt chunks flying at me. Like if they hit again, they're not going to kill me, but it's gonna hurt. And yeah, a couple of the kids got a little cocky, poking their heads up, making their positions known a little bit too much than they should have. So I did, the cluster bombs where I take a bunch of dirt things and chuck it up, and but all my kids did survive. So. But yes, I would have thought what I was before. Okay, no more dirt talk because that's so fun. I didn't say dirty talk. I said no more dirt talk. But I would have thought this morning be defined as 9:30 a.m. when the New York Stock Exchange opens. I thought it would have been spicier. Don't get me wrong. It was still. I mean, this was the opening candle here. 2 minutes was 525, almost 100-point range. But I don't know. And like I said, I guess my expectations were just way out of line, but I would have thought there had been more spice out there. There is a connection, Clay and the but so I don't know if anybody else was kind of going in with that way, but I figured that, well, Clay, the big move happened on the news. What? And that's fair. That's fair. I guess in hindsight analysis, I should have went with that, but I still would have thought, yeah, but. I mean, the kind of official open of the New York session within the futures market, I just thought there'd be more volatility, and there really wasn't. So, yeah, I don't know. Last night, GC? Was gold going pretty crazy last night? I don't know. I set a record today, Bradley. So I'm going to be talking about my record in 11 minutes, at 11 o'clock in 3 minutes. But everything's kind of blending together. Because I think I did make some trades last night. But, yeah, my trading after this morning has kind of been blended together. So, I better turn this on. I don't want to miss anything. I'm watching the trend line, maybe some sort of breakout trade here. Purple line here, 50 period set moving average. Interesting level of support. So right now we have essentially this like wedge-ish formation. Get my other charts up. But this is what I mean. I don't know. I don't know why. Well, I know why I thought, because it was apparently. Now, okay, here's the other thing that really caught me off guard. Is Iran has basically already said, what are you talking about? We haven't had any thoughts. I thought there was a good chance that would come and be the case. After Trump has told us about 8 million times how Iran doesn't have a navy, yet they keep sinking ships, even though they don't have a navy. Anyways, I was like, I don't know. Did these talks actually happen? I wouldn't be shocked if Iran came out and was like, wait, no. And that's already happened. But, and I think that happened right here. I saw a graphic, but I'm not sure if that's for sure the case. But I would have thought that would have sent the markets right back to where they were. But yeah, if that's where it did happen, yeah, there was a rollover, but now it's recovered back up. So I don't know. Today's just goofy from that front too. It makes sense why the market initially exploded, because of, that was big news. But it's like, okay, yeah, but did that actually happen? And according to Iran, or at least the last article I saw, it was one of these what do they say when you give somebody information, but like an undercover source? I can't remember what the journalistic term is called. But anyways, I would have thought the market would have come right back down, but it hasn't. No, not an insider. An anonymous source. There we go. Yeah, thank you, Trucking. Exactly. Anonymous source. That's the word I was looking for. All right, we need to get at least likes up to 50. If I'm going to go over my record-setting day here at 11, we need to have at least 50 likes. So, I mean, if you want to hear about the record-setting day, and if you're enjoying, please hit that like button. I mean, it's... I'll use that as a gauge of if people want to hear about the record-setting day or not. Please hit that like button. Oh, there we go, 60. All right, well, I'm going to cut right to the chase here. Okay. Well, here is the record-setting day. Kind of. I can't show it all. But yes, I cooked 4 pro, or not pro. I'm sorry. I cooked 4 test accounts this morning. The one missing, I had a 150K account, lost my mind. And the sad part is, all the cooking happened, and I wish I could say I was exaggerating. I'm not. Within like 5 minutes. Just the only thing I did right was the pro account. The pro account is okay, I guess. So yeah. So right here is the pro account. I mean, it's hanging on. Well, okay, hanging on by a thread implies like it's close to blowing up. I just mean hanging on by a thread, meaning like that thing's barely green. So barely green. So that's what I mean by hanging on by a thread. Crap, I forgot. All right. When people ask, I'll send them back to like the 15-minute mark. So it's hanging on by a thread, defined as it is in the green, barely in the green. But yeah, and like I said, the 150K already disappeared. And on that note, I am trading. I'm trading a test. This is a test account right now, or a eval, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what's going on. Like, I got my lunch eaten. Again, 5 minutes. So the record has been 3. So what was the record, Clay? Like, I guess 2 records. One was my and my rule, which I've already broken a rule 2, which is just spins more out of control, is I'm like, okay, don't ever go more than 3 blown accounts. Like, don't even get close to 3 blown accounts in a day, but don't go above 3. So I've already broken that rule. I've cooked 4, and then I took trades on this one. So I mean, like I said, I'm a walking rule break today. So I was at threat, and I still am at threat. I'm going to try my best not to lose my mind and blow this one and make it 5 blown accounts on the day. But like I said, if there's any silver lining, it is that these are all test accounts. And if you have no idea what prop accounts are, I understand that makes it look like I'm down over $6,000. But if this were you would not be anywhere close to down to $6,000. Well, what do you mean? Well, that's just the nature of the prop firm, because ultimately your at-risk amount is just whatever you bought the account for. So again, I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole right now, but just understand the beautiful thing about the prop firms is how they do protect yourself from days like that today. Because if this was my own cash today and I'm losing those amounts, I'm probably over in the corner crying somewhere. Especially when I'm, like I said, building the house right now, I'm like, oh man, $6,000. That's like a lot of windows that just I cooked today. But that's not the case. So I understand that number looks bad. Doggone it. Well, that's fine. Congrats to anybody that took that trendline breakout. I have had that mapped out. But so there we go. There is the rule, there's the rule break, the record-setting day. I am still technically in a rule break right now, but that's why I need to be responsible. I'm not going to risk. I can't do that. I need to try to salvage some sort of responsible trading today, but I've been lacking. And I wish I could say I was exaggerating, but it was just boom. Okay, there goes the 150K. Fine, fire up a 50K. Gone. I mean, everything in like 5 minutes. Crazy. Might have not have been 5 minutes. It might have been less than 5 minutes on actuality, but certainly within 10 minutes. So the wheels fell off the bus for me, but they fell off. I'm not going to call it today a train wreck, though, because, again, the pro account is not only green. I still have the pro account, so that's good. The pro account is still there. It's still at the buffer. It's still all that stuff. So not a train wreck, but not a day that I'm proud of either. Sam, I love how you think I'm new to the world of props, even though I've been here for 2 years, brother. To be fair to Sam, time does fly. Time does fly. So I realize in your mind, Sam, it probably feels like I just got into prop firms like last week. But dude, I'm telling you, man, us old folks, time flies even more for us. It's been basically 2 years now. But I appreciate the welcome to the world of prop firms nonetheless. Still sound pretty positive. Yeah, well, again, just the nature of prop firms. Like I said, the pro account is still there. The pro account is green. That does a lot for my psyche at least. Now, had it been let me put it this way: I'd rather cook 4 test accounts than 1 pro account. I mean, that's for sure. Clay, you've only been trading for a few months. Was it the? I mean, no, not I. That Sam, you are in a very big time work, my friend. If you think I've only been doing futures trading for a few months, I feel you though, brother. Time is no joke. Time truly does fly. But so there we go. Not a good day, but not a train wreck either. Hey, thank you, Change here, for using code Clay. Feeding some hungry kids. Oil is dropping. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Thank you. Actually, I traded some MCLK. I liked it. It feels controlled. So only $8 on it. Only did 1 contract. I'd never done the MCLK. But it was, yeah, like I said, I felt pretty good. Yeah, it would have been 2024 at this point, Sadie or Sam, I think. But yeah, we're way closer to 2 years than we are a few months. All right, let's see what ooh. Again, this is just, I'm going to do CL, MCLK. Try a long there. Wants to come back up. Okay, I'm in. So like I said, I only have 1, and you can see the P&L right here. So nothing crazy. Again, this is just 1. So if I wanted to, I could go up to 60 of these things. So I could have 60 instead of 1. So that just kind of illustrates that it still does move. It moves nicely, but nothing crazy. Thank you, Dash. Yeah, I'm not proud of it, but I don't want ever to come across like I'm not like all of you guys. Like I am equally, I mean, other than looking like a Greek god, I am equally as human as everybody else. I have the same voices. I have the same struggles. All traders do. Well, I'm glad I only did 1. Holy smokes. I'm getting... Again, see, I'm not even down $100 yet. So that's what I mean. That's why I'm going to... I'll add another one here, see if we can get a quicker bounce back up. This always feels weird because, like, in my real life, quote unquote, like when I go to the gas tank, this is great action. But now that I'm in a trade, I'm like, well, can you please go up right now, oil? You're looking to add another one at that green line, and it'll bring me up to a whopping 2 MCLs. Come on. Okay, in. Now I got 2. See if we can get this thing to bounce a little bit more here. I can't putz around on it though. So there's my stop. So this thing is either going to bounce or it's going to come down and take me out. Which right now, I have no idea how that one didn't take me out. Do I add again here now if it pops back up? No, it didn't. So there we go. So that was that's what I mean by the MCL. It moves, I think, pretty responsibly. Yeah, so now oil can go back to dropping. I don't care now. I want to see this crash because I want lower prices at the pump. But yeah, while I was in the trade, I definitely had conflicting bias on that one. I am now going to get more of a bearish bias here on it. Yeah, this is, MCL moving way better than MNQ right now. This is kind of just slow and makes me want to yawn. Okay, I'm going to try to go with the trend. You guys tell me, just go with the trend, Clay. I'm like, okay. See if the downwards momentum wants to continue. It's bounced up a little bit, taking a little bit of a breath. So nice to know that I'm not, shorting at the low or anything. Oh, that's true. Oh my, it just dawned on me. That was my first ever losing oil trade. Crap. I can't make that claim anymore, Kyle, can I? Oh, that just, see, my day just gets even worse and worse. Nothing is working. Now even the joke goes away. Man. So up until that point, I think I was like, I don't know, 18 or 18 on my oil trades. So the joke was that I'm a flawless oil. Whoa, what? How did that get so big? Oh my goodness. Oh, it didn't even... how do I show this? Okay, my screen is... I don't know. Okay. Okay, so that's just my day summarized right there. I accidentally traded CLK. Which is why when I looked down, I'm like, how am I up? Wait, what? So that helped a lot, actually. But, yeah, I don't, I wonder if I do this. It doesn't matter. You'll just have to trust it. Down here, there's a 540. I don't, can I do this? Okay, there we go. I think, yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. I don't, what? Come back. There we go. There, okay. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. The new contract is CLM. Is it? I don't know. K's moving pretty good still. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So if that was off screen, you're right. Like, what are you talking about, dude? That's not even moving. One of you guys even said that. Oh, yeah. Sokol's like, the P&L isn't moving. Oh, why? Man, that would have been even... Thank you. Yeah, all I can say is, Marky the Market Maker, thank you for not punishing me for being on the wrong contract. I got so many tabs up here. I'm just going to get rid of this one. I can't risk that again. See you later. Okay, now when I know I'm on oil, I know I'm on the micro. There we go. So yes, if you're interested in my records, and this will sound like a complaint. It's not, because I'm aware of it, but it seemed like everybody in my private community tore it up today, like in a good way. Like so many people were like, yeah, I cooked an account, and then the that had all this green. And it's like, okay, well, overall, that's still a really good day. So I don't know if that's why I was pressing it. I'm not blaming any of them. I'm just saying I'm not sure why I pressed it so hard this morning. I don't know. It might have been just me trying to keep up with the Joneses, right? Oh, really? They got a camper. They got an RV. Well, I got to get an RV. Oh, wow. They got a speedboat. Well, I got to get a speedboat. I was trying to keep up with the Joneses. I have no idea. It was a weird, and it continues to be. Almost cooked myself on that one. Is anybody else having a weird morning? Give me a 5 if anybody else is having a weird morning, like what I am. I know some of you are having great days, and I'm happy for you. But like, it's sometimes trading is just like, am I the only person in the world that feels like this? But that's why I like the chat here, is I can see. Okay, good. There's a few of us out here. That's, yeah. Comparison is a thief of joy. That is true. Bad morning. Can't make sense of a chart. 5. I just took the last test account that had 800. All right, Nas. Well, maybe that's your sign to just kind of call it good on the day then. Oh, all right. You fired up 2 more. Well, then be careful, brother. All right. This again. I am still bearish biased. I am looking for. Okay. Let's just make sure. I'm on MCL. Okay, MCL now. That's good. I'm gonna try short here if it wants. Well, if it wants to come down. Trying to keep with the trend here. Again, I'm looking to short. This is oil. Can't believe I did that with CL. That was crazy. 3 of them, too. I mean, if a few minutes ago during that trade, if you're like, am I hearing a puckering sound? Yeah, that was, well, you can guess what that puckering sound was. When I finally noticed what was going on, and I quickly went up here to exit out. Yeah, the puckering sound, yeah. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. Yes, it is what you thought it was. Puckering followed by some cracking walnuts. Looking for a short right there. Your neighborhood, yeah. Well, let your neighbors know they're not crazy. They're not hearing things. That what they heard was accurate. All right, well. Again, I am still bearish biased. I'm trying to go with the trend on oil after this plunge down. If this thing decides to V-shape straight back up, well, then I'm about to have some losing trades here. Well, thank you. I appreciate you explaining that. Save them some money on not having to visit the ear doctor. What's an ear doctor called? Right, an eye doctor is an optometrist. What's an ear doctor called? An ENT? So they don't even get like a cool sounding term? Like optometrist, it's just ENT? Oh man, what a scam. Dang. I'm an optometrist. Whoa, what are you, ENT? Wait, you're from Lord of the Rings? Have you got that joke? Let's go. All right, I am short. Put my stop up there. See if this thing wants to come back down. All right, I'm going to give it a little bit more wiggle room here. Like I said, if this is going to be some sort of V-shape that goes straight up, this will be a losing trade. Tinkerbell. Are you making that up, Tinkerbell, or is that a real thing? Okay, added one right there. The benefits of starting extra small. I just don't believe this V shape. I don't believe you. I'm gonna add some more right there. Blue one as my average. I'm at a whopping 2 MCL contracts here. Gold is like a bucking bull. Today you just look like you need to close the charts. What? I'm out. Nice trade. Good job, Luxit. Nice momentum on NQ. Roger that. Just in case there's some spike down on oil here. Oh, there we go. Still could be a losing trade here. Come on, hit me right there, brother. Thank you. Thank you, brother. All right, let's make sure this is indeed now a winning trade, so I'll put my stop there. Put my next target down there. So this will be a green trade now, just trying to figure out how much of a green trade. So I'll move my contracts down as it moves in my favor. If I can hit that, that'd be great. And then I'll just let the final one work for me all the way to wherever it wants to go. Good, good. All right, I'm gonna, like I said, just move my stop down. Would love to get that one. I'm not planning on getting that one, but I don't know. This is a nice formation here, so I'll take it. There you go. Oh, come on, brother. Come on, brother. I might as well go for like 86.01. There we go. Come on, roll over. No, I didn't really set up this Cletus trade on this one. Anyone else have issues? I have not had any issues. What issue are you having? That's my stop. Come on down. Have you reached out to him, Brad? Have you got any emails from him? Check spam folder. All right, stopped out there. All right, well, that one worked out. Why did 20-point move impress you so much? I don't know. Hey, hit that like button. We are 8 away from 100. We're going for 400. So, yeah, let's keep the momentum going. If you're enjoying in any way, shape, or form, if you don't mind hitting that like button, it helps. It makes a difference. See, that's what irritates me. Well, not really irritates me. It just, LaForte, today you look like you just need to close the charts as I'm in that trade. And then after it works out, he's got nothing to say. Nothing to say. I'm assuming, though, had I been stopped out for a loss, he would have showed up and said, see, I told you so. Hey, Cam. WSG. Was good? Is that what that means? What's WSG mean? Was good? Okay. Thank you, Todd. Man, about time somebody says something true. Yeah, I requested my payout was available to be request on, and when I say payout, I mean from my account into my wallet. That was approved Sunday, I think last night at like 9:30. I mean, I guess I could look. Oh, did I delete it? Let's see. Let me go to my trash. My account is, or my email is filled with all these emails about setting up your new account, blah, 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 because I just cooked everything. Yeah, what time was that? Yeah, 9:36 p.m. last night. I had my so right here. So I requested, I think, like Friday night or something, but it's the weekend, so it takes a little bit while longer. So yeah, there we go, 9:36 p.m. And then after that, this morning, I requested money from my wallet into my bank account. And then, yeah, that took like 3 hours to get approved, something like that. And then as soon as you do the final step, then the final step where it shows up in your bank is like instant. So, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know, Brad. Can't say that... Well, I moved it from my account to my wallet on Thursday. And then when did you try to move it from your wallet to your bank account? Ooh. Oh, okay. Yeah, I might try a long down here off of the trend line. Scam, period. Anyone that has AI that works for day trading is not going to be selling it to the public, period. Just had a buddy text. What do you think about AI day trading for you? Scam or legit? That'd definitely be a scam, brother. I promised you. Now, I'm not saying you can't use AI to help you day trade. What I'm saying is, if you were to figure out AI that does help you day trade, yeah, you're going to just go ahead and keep that for yourself. Yeah, Nas, they're fast. Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know, Brad. You just need to reach out to them. Correct. Exactly. If you have a money printer, you're not going to sell that. Law of diminishing return. The more people that use your AI, the less it works. Right? Law of diminishing return. No, again, I'm not saying that AI can't be used. I'm just saying that if somebody did figure out how to use AI and created, for lack of better terms, a money printer, they're going to keep that to themselves. They're not going to be selling it for... You're not going to see that on Instagram, sponsored post. Tradeovate is messing up every time I enter a trade. The candle goes opposite way. That's clever. Yeah. I hate when those glitches happen. Yes, it does, Bradley. Thank you for asking. I do have a code with my fund of futures too. Yes. I might have to try another short here. This is once again oil. I mean, not almost. There is like a miniature. Well, I think there is. Let's make sure before I do too much yapping. Oh yeah. Nice little rising wedge here. So I'm gonna watch that rising wedge here within the overall downtrend. So this is oil here. Looking at this rising wedge. The rising wedge is occurring in a very rough movement. So doesn't mean it's guaranteed to work, but it does mean I'm willing to take a swing at it. Yeah, exactly, Krager. Or here it is for, 4 easy payments of $9.99. Like $9.99. But I'm glad my buddy texts me first as opposed to just jumping into some sort of AI bot. All right, here we go. Maybe a rejection here off the top part of the... Ooh, I already did reject once, huh? Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can cook something up here. Ooh, gold's at a pretty interesting spot right now. Yeah. I guess it's easier to see what I'm seeing on the 5-minute. There we Right here, nice consolidating right here at the purple line, that 50-period moving average. 21 EMA, though, that green line, holding it down. But yeah, if it can push up through there, I could see people getting maybe a little bullish for that. Ooh. Look at that. Right off of the upper trend line. The power of charts. I love them. Taking smaller hits on the pro. Yeah, I don't know. In some ways, for me at least today, I'll pass on the pro. After my record-setting morning. Okay, I'm going to go for a short right up there, basically trying to play a rejection of not only the top of this rising wedge pattern, but we also have the 21 EMA right there, so we'll see if that serves as some sort of like double whammy of resistance or not. No guarantees it will, but I'll at least take a swing at it. Got another test started. The racehorse model is in full effect. Love to see it. I wonder how many people, and not necessarily here, but just in general, reset pro accounts today. Yeah, I had, I don't know if Lynn's here, but there was a member in the private community that was around when the news first came out at like, 7 o'clock in the morning. And he was like, before I could even blink, like before I could do anything at all, and he was just trading MNQ. He was like, I think he said it was down $700. I was like, please tell me that was a prop. He's like, yep. And he's somewhat newer to prop firms because he also does a cash account. But I think that moment really helped him see, oh yes. Prop accounts from the risk management standpoint certainly have value because even if you had a hard stop in, with that sort of movement that happened with slippage, it can be rough. All right, I'm short. Looking to play the breakdown here of the rising wedge as it broke down and then kind of bounced back up here. Okay, added another one. Come on. Roll over, brother. Come on down. Ooh, that was not pleasant at all. Like not even a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I should have taken the scalpy scalp. News. Wait, there's just news right now? Roast time. I'm going to have to make a very hard effort if I get myself roasted on 2 MCL contracts. All right. Wow. Well, that one just... Whew. Rising wedge breaking my heart. To be fair to the rising wedge, I could have played the rejection off there, which worked out beautifully. But yeah, as far as the breakdown approach, yikes. You got long here? Where did you get long? Hey, LaForte. Okay, you're about to be banned, and here's why. You yapped earlier with the same comment. It rolled over. I had a really nice trade. Crickets from you. Now I have a losing trade, and you show up and you're yapping again. So do you see kind of how why I would think you're just a total troll? Can you at least connect those dots? Again, I'm not saying you are a troll yet, but can you at least understand how you're coming across as a troll? Let's see how intellectually honest this guy is. Kill the overnight show. Well, I mean, John B., I don't know how many people here are swing traders. I don't think, I can't speak for everyone, obviously, but I would say the vast majority here, John B., that sort of thesis is irrelevant because none of us here are looking to hold anything overnight. Okay, so you are a troll because you did not address what I asked you. I'm going to ask you one more time just to give you plenty of rope. You were yapping about you should be done. And then this trade right here worked out very, very nicely. And then you said nothing. Then I take another trade, and the one that didn't work out, here you are yapping again. Do you at least see how that comes across as how I could how that might make you look like a troll? Yap, yap, yap. Oh, crap, I was wrong. I'm not going to say anything. Oh, okay, look, that one didn't work out. Let me yap again. Do you at least see how that would come across as troll-like? Drinking and trading. Alan, it was almost blew your account. Well, I'm glad you didn't blow your account. But yeah, I don't know if drinking and trading is a good combination there, brother. I'm first time here. Can you please check out NVIDIA for a put? No, Harry. Do not. Harry, are you looking at day trade options? Yeah, day trading options is not good at all. It is the epitome of working harder, not smarter. Okay, so LaForte, I'm banning you because you're not here to engage with the conversation. See you later. LaForte's also the guy who on Monday or on Friday was like, easy short. I'm like, well, why don't you give us a trade plan? And to give him a little credit, he did give a trade plan. And then his easy short trade plan turned out to be wrong. So right there, it's like, okay, I think we got a yapper. But again, I won't. That's why I gave him a little extra time to try to redeem himself, because I did appreciate how he mapped out a trade plan on Friday. He actually gave us numbers, even though the numbers turned out to be a losing trade. At least he gave us numbers. It was not a good look when he said it was an easy short, and then his easy trade plan turned out to be wrong. But yeah, at this point, moving on. But yeah, day trading options doesn't make any sense because you have to deal with theta. I always take long option entry, but close on the same day. But if the trade goes against me, then I don't close. Yeah, Harry, you have no idea what you're doing. You're a beginner, and that's fine. We all start off as beginners, and I can tell you're a beginner because if it goes against me, then let me translate that, you hold and hope. So that's not a viable strategy. First off, and then second, there are ways where you can not have to deal with theta. And if you're like, what's theta? Well, that's even more of a red flag that you should not be trading. So I would argue that since you're day trading, if you want to day trade the most efficiently way possible, is to day trade futures through a prop firm. And the big thing for you as an options day trader is futures are contracts, just like options are contracts, but futures contracts do not have theta. So yeah, and that's what I'm doing here. That's the main point of the live stream itself, is for people like you, Harry, to make you aware that there is a better way to go about your day trading. Okay, I know Fal's image. I'm just gonna throw you in timeout here because I know you're just rage baiting. I don't got time for that today, so we'll put you in. We'll give them 30 minutes. Don't have time for the rage bait. All right, maybe a short here at the 50 SMA. Cancel trade. Do I have a trade out there somewhere? What? Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm in short. Starting off small. There we go, little scalpy scalp there. Why is this dancing up here? Oh, because of that. The 10, the percentage. Is it fluctuating from 10% down to 9? Something's making this shift back and forth. I think it's this right here. Is when this goes back down to single digit percentage. Which on, 99% of days is not a problem. Where oil is going to be going from down or up to, percentage, digits to, yeah, that's what's making it do it. Oh, or no, it's right here. I'm sorry, this amount right here. Yeah, this fluctuating from being down $10 to $9 is what's causing this up here to jig back and forth. MNQ is in knife catch mode. Yeah, maybe. I mean, not maybe. There's a knife catching. I just think oil is moving pretty good today. Getting spanked silly with 3 contracts. Well, on a day like today, I mean, when you look over here at the y-axis, look how small this distance is. From this point up to this point, on most days, that's what? Like, I don't know, a 5-point breakout on most days. Today, though, that distance between those two numbers is 20. So that's what I mean. Just because you're looking at a trade plan and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that space between my entry point. So like this right here is, so if I'm looking to, get long right here, buy, and if I want to put my stop down here, it's like, okay, yeah, let's see how many points this actually is. 456 down. I mean, that's almost a 30-point stop right there. On most days, that's what? Maybe a 15-point stop at most. So just be aware of it. I sure would prefer some world peace. Report construction spending down 0.2%. Yeah, I don't know. How much does the market really care about construction spending right now? Yeah, the first part of it being about Iran denying things, I think was right here. I saw a graphic out there, and this is where they pointed to, I think, when Iran was like, wait, what are you talking about? We haven't had any talks. Which, yes, this is what I would have thought. Well, no, yes, it came down, but I would have thought like a huge, like quickly right back down. But the fact that it kind of went down slowly and now obviously, came back up, it's like, okay. So clearly right now the market, I guess, believes Trump more than Iran, I guess. This one is more official. Okay, even if it is more, I guess I'll consider I'll just accept the premise. Okay, fine, it's official. It seems like the market still doesn't trust it. Because if the market did trust that no talks actually happened, then in my mind, you would think the market would go right back to where it was before, the talks were given. Hey, thank you, Steve. Market thinks Iran is depleted in a week. I mean, maybe. All right, maybe a short here. Okay, I'm short. Okay, a little scalpy scalp there. Yeah, glad you asked instead of jumping 2 feet into something. I am interested in a long down around this yellow line here. I'll actually adjust it down right there. So I will try to, I mean, if I go long here, that is, there's no doubt about me trying to catch a knife. There's no need to like try to beat around the bush. That is a total attempted knife catch on my part. So yeah, we'll see if it gets down there or not. Even if I try to get long here at 43, stop down there. Yeah, that's still about a 15-point stop. Do you use market or bid, and why? Well, I use both. And why? Well, it depends on the strategy. It depends on the movement. More times than not, though, I'm using bid. But I'll do both. Some people, I appreciate where you're coming from, but I'm telling you right now, like when you set up these false dilemmas, do you do the market or the bid? And you eliminate the fact of, well, you can do both depending on market environments. You're probably also one of these people that are going to be tempted to say, I always risk 10 points. Which on days like today, risking 10 points, you're probably going to get paper cut to death because the market's moving 10 points very, very easily. Other days, maybe 10 points is way too much. Like there's no need to risk 10 points because it's super slow. So all you actually got to risk is maybe, 5 or 6 points. So please be very careful. I appreciate where people are coming from. They're trying to be very mechanical. They're trying to eliminate emotions, blah, blah, blah. So it's always this, it's always that. It's like, no, you can't do always because the market is not always the exact same every day. Uh-oh, did Connor just turn on me? I'm tired of this grandpa. Uh-oh. Maybe he's referring to something else. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Do you live Asian session too? No, man. Oh, no. I know as hard as it is to believe, I have a family, I have a life out of this. No, it's referring to a meme or, okay. I was a little worried. I'm like, oh man, Connor's been here a long time. What happened? Why is Connor all cranky all of a sudden? All right, that makes me feel better, Connor. I was worried for a second. But no, I do not stream the Asian session. Oh, that's a movie quote? Oh, shame on me. Just bounce off yesterday's high. You might want to turn that on, Clay, as well. You have yesterday's close on. I'm not sure if Philly's joking or not. I think that's the joke. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's joking. Since that is the joke around here. Okay, I'm done for the real now. I had 6 tests, passed 5, blew 1, then activated 2 more and got them up. Good job, Nas. Yeah, I'd say you're in a good spot. Well done. Great day. Definitely better than my day. Oh, wow. Okay, oil. Okay. Gold right now on the 5-minute is right here at the pivot. The pivot has actually been doing a good job right there. Provided some support right there. Didn't hit it exactly, but provided support. So yeah, right here, that's question. Does it once again provide support? So like I said, gold in an interesting location right now. I trade the Asian session. Anyone is welcome to join us. We have a good time. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying anything against people trading the Asian session, but why can't I think it's all the S's. The Asian session. But yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I'm not going to. Shocking. I know. Shocking to think that I have a life outside of what I'm doing right here. But it's true. It's true. I actually do have kids. It's crazy. Maybe I should. This candle is kind of drawing me in a little bit. Wondering if I want to try a short up here and put a relatively tight stop on it. There we go. Looking to get short at the red line. Stop is the green line. I remember you used to short everything. Now I think I had a trade there. I could have sworn I had a trade plan there. Or are my eyes deceiving me? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't I have a trade plan there? Holy smokes. All right, well. The unit, because futures are way better. Futures are better, and then you sprinkle in the fact of prop firms. It makes, mathematically, it makes no sense to day trade anything else. Everything else, you have more money at risk. You need bigger moves to make less money. And then there's like unique things, like with options. Like options, futures don't have theta. So like day trading futures and having to deal with theta, I mean, that makes no sense. I won't say anything because okay, LD Trad, are you here to hindsight trade something, LD Trad? I won't say anything. Yeah, exactly. Go ahead, come give me your hindsight critique. Tell me why that trade was wrong. Now, let me be very clear. If you're like, hey, Clay, what I see is this, and this. So that's why I didn't take the trade, because I'm not comfortable with this, and this. And then like those things happen. It's like, then, okay, that's fine. But like, hey, Clay, let me tell you all this stuff after I know it's already happened. Nobody's impressed by that. But if you want to explain to me why you didn't take the trade, because that's a good way of disagreeing with somebody without saying, hey, I disagree with you. Just by saying, yeah, I didn't quite fit my strategy because of this, and this. Like that's a nice, polite way to say, yeah, you shouldn't be in this trade, or I don't think you should be in this trade. But again, the key part of that is doing it ahead of time too, or like at least during the person, not after the fact. So yeah, LD Trad. You dent. Let's wait and see what happens, and then I'll come and I'll give my analysis. Oh, okay. Once again, tell me you're a newbie without telling me you're a newbie. NQ at the lows. Okay. Thank you. Ooh. Ooh. We're at my spot, too. Which, to be fair, would not have held up well at all. No, I take that back. No, wait, no. That would have been close. Because I was thinking of getting long here if my stop slightly below the low right here. So yeah, that would have been very close, potentially knocking me out and then bouncing back up. So that could have been very tilt-inducing there. All right, next potential trade, though, down here at the pink line, which is the 200 period set moving average. Yeah, that was borderline. That could have been real bad. Again, I would have gotten long at the yellow line. My stop, I don't know exactly where I would have put it, but it would have been below that low right there. And then you look at right here, and there's a very credible threat that it would have knocked me out before that epic bounce right there, which would not have been good. I will be calling my pro account trades when they go live. Great. Are you just going to do one at a time, Nas, or are you going to copy trade? Do I catch the knife? Ooh, gold looking interesting too. Gold is approaching the 200 period set moving average and the VWAP right there. Oh man, should I be trying to MGC? Everything's moving. All right, well, let's see what happens. Gonna try the 200 period set moving average here. Knife catch, though. No need to lie to myself. I'm trying to catch a knife here. Now, I would never accuse myself of having this being a random knife catch. There's some logic behind it, but it is still a knife catch nonetheless. A logical knife catch is still a knife catch, but I would argue a logical knife catch is way better than a random knife catch. And then it bounces. Yeah, okay, LD Trad, you are a proven dent now. With a stop loss where? Why are some people so obnoxious? I don't understand that. Why do I have a suspicion he's part of the cult? In? Out there for a scalpy scalp. Not everything is moving. Well, what's not moving? Correct. Yeah, Ricky, you're good. Good job. Yeah, so now anything more you make, you can either pay yourself or you can just leave in there. Because right now, if you're at 2,000 buffer, that means the most you can lose is $2,000. Well, let's say you make $500 and then you don't pay yourself the $500. Now the most you could lose before the account is blown is $2,500. Let's say tomorrow you make 1,000. So you could take that, or you could leave it in there. Now the most you could lose before you cook in your account is $3,500. See, I mean that's what I mean. 344 long is better. See, if you just said for my strategy, that would not make you look like such a dent, LD Trad. 344 is better. Well, with all due respect, my entry was way better. Sure, what are you talking about? You scalped out. Yeah, but if I wasn't such a baboon, I would have made way more. At least I got filled. Unlike Mr. 344 is way better. That's why you can't talk like the world revolves around your strategy, folks. It makes you look like a clown. Just say, for my strategy, 344 would be better. That's all you got to say. And then everybody understands, okay, this person's being intellectually humble about not thinking that he speaks for everybody and their brother's uncle's strategy. But then LT Trad goes silent again. What is up with these people today? I don't understand. Not to mention, dude didn't even give a stop. We made lower highs, now traveling to lower lows. And how do you plan on making money from that? I mean, cool words. You sound really smart right now. We made lower highs, now traveling to lower lows. Okay. So then I guess where are you going to get short at and where's your stop at? Let's take this very intelligent sounding analysis and make it applicable and make it practical. Can you give us some numbers? Iran's parliament speaker. Iran appears demand complete. People demands complete and remorseful punishment of the aggressors. Okay. That's why 344 is a better entry. Oh, I think LD Trad might have to go into timeout unless he wants to fess up and be like, okay, I'll stop yapping. I feel sorry for these people, though. I think they fall into the wrong hands, aka the cult leader. I'll leave it there. They fall into his hands, and then they develop the same attitude that he has, this very like pompous, obnoxious attitude, and then they just conduct themselves the same way. Try to get along, join the... Oh, bummer. Yeah, well, next time say it was your point of view, LD Trad. That's my point. Next time say, from my point of view, 344 would be better. That's all you got to say. Not 344 is better, which is a universal claim. Are you part of the cult, though, LD Trad? Be honest. Do you like to use a certain 3-letter abbreviation for things? Well, gold with a very, very nice bounce. Well, depending on your strategy. If you're a scalper, from here up to here, especially on gold. I mean, gold's moving a whole lot today. Congrats those of you. I am. See, how do I know this stuff? Listen, look at LD Trad. Did I not nail it? I'm telling you, people fall into his. You can just tell who is part of the cult based on how they conduct themselves. It's crazy. It's so sad. Again, I feel bad for LD Trad now because like he doesn't know any better. He just thinks that's how the market works. Like you're supposed to talk in like certain ways and like the whole world revolves around. Well, I'm telling you right now, LD Trad, I feel bad for you. And I thank you for the support, which is why I'm telling you, man, just please consider who you are following. The cult that likes to use these 3 made-up letters. Trump speaking soon in Memphis. Of course he is. Of course he is. So I'm guessing Oil is so today that the correlation seems to be back. Oil goes up, markets go down. Same with gold. Oil goes up, gold goes down. Oil goes down, gold and the markets go up. Okay, Blue Valley, are you gonna give us a trade plan, or are you just flapping your lips today? What in the world? Or did I miss a trade plan from you? No. He says, okay, I'll stop yapping. And now he's literally yapping again. Hey, Stusher. Hello, cool. Cool TK. I don't use RSI, but maybe some people do. Do what works for you. If the RSI helps you out quite a bit, the unit, go with the RSI. Why are you not trading futures, Blue Valley? That's crazy. All right, as it consolidates, kind of putzes around here. 200 period simple moving average. Look at this thing, crazy. Again, not the 200 EMA, the 200 SMA. It's just your style to make your life harder than it needs to be. Okay. I mean, are you using charts within your style? If yes, then just take the style to futures, because futures are just charts too. Whoa, all right, there's the bounce still. All right, so I'm assuming oil is now dropping at this moment. Let's see. Yep. All right, yeah, I would say the correlation is definitely back in full force here. Yeah, that is spot on, Todd Lewis. The sunk cost fallacy is a very real thing. Very real. Oil has been dumping here and there after climbs. Yeah. I mean, right now, I don't know if I'd call that a dump. Within the context of the bigger move, this just seems to be a pullback. Yeah, the individual candle is a lot of movement, but that just shows how volatile today actually is, because this is a dump. This right here is just a pullback. But to your point, I understand also what you're saying. You're just saying this candle in and of itself is a big move down, which, yes, is true. But that just, again, goes to show just the volatile nature of things today. Oh, more like in the past week? I'm going to try a short here. Throw my stop right. Assuming it doesn't come up too much. Oh, yeah. All right, I can adjust for that with... All right, never mind on that trade plan. That one's no longer going to work. Yes, I'm still bearish biased because I'm trying to go with the... Right now, it seems as though the trend has shifted. If I'm wrong and, the trend is going to, come right back up, well, then I'll probably have some losing trades here. But right now, I'm more so... Okay, I'm short. Short at the blue line stop, this green line, first target, this green line. And then I'll have one to enjoy the party if it does ultimately dumpage back down some more. Come on, come down. If we get close to that line, I will bring down my stop. So my first target. We're not close enough yet for me to bring down my stop. I know I could have the scalpy scalp right now, but I'm trying to give this thing a chance to come on down. Love the candle that just formed. Okay, that's good enough. Let's make sure this is a green trade now. There we go. So this will be green regardless, but hopefully it hits my stop. I'm sorry, hits my first target before it hits my stop. I might as well go for some more here on it. Why not? It's a green trade. Come on down. Again, will be a green trade regardless. Or do I just... Let's go for that pink line on the first one. Why not? There we go. And I can move my stop. If it gets closer to the pink line again, I'll start to move my stop down more and more as it goes. But as of now, it's a green trade. Might just be a small green trade. No, go back down. Stopped out. All right. Well, I was positioned. The mechanics were there. Finally scalped myself back before that huge move. Finally scalped myself back to before that huge move. Oh, so you're on the wrong side of that big move, I assume? All right. Yeah, I was hoping that would come down here and at least hit the pink line before heading back up, but yeah, it didn't even really get close. All right, back up we go. I might try another short here for this one. Or let's do this. If it wants to come up here and bump its head on the yellow line, actually come up here a little bit. I tried a short with the min line, but it was overshot by 80 points. I mean, yeah. Well, good thing you did small size there, because yeah, that move did come out of nowhere. Yeah, real quick, sunk cost fallacy basically is this. Man, I'm going to keep doing this thing because I have so much time or I have so much money into this thing. Regardless of it, even if the thing is proven to kind of like not work or not be good or not be quality, because you either have a lot of time into this thing or money into this thing, you just keep using the thing. That's what the sunk cost fallacy is. The value of something has nothing to do with how much time you spend with it or how much money you have into it. Like at the end of the day, is it a good thing or a bad thing? But the temptation is to continue on with a bad thing because either, again, you have a lot of time into it or a lot of money into it. You want to avoid that. All right, maybe a short here. Yeah, it could apply to a lot of things. Again, looking for potentially a short here. I can't even remember what I'm looking at. That's the problem now. That's like, wait, I'm not looking. Okay, this is oil. Do I sell a course on fallacies? No, apparently I should. Apparently there's a market out there for it. LD Trad, what he's saying is, with this cult you're a part of, you have spent a lot of time in this cult. You've spent a lot of your time learning from this cult leader. And because you've spent so much time, you're sticking with those strategies. Even though they're kind of just a joke, because you spent so much time, that's why you continue to use them. That's what he's saying. It's like options traders, right? Options day traders. Well, I've spent so much time learning options. I've spent so much time this, that, and the other. It's like, yeah, but I'm giving you a mathematical reason of why what you're doing is not good. Theta. Like you don't have to deal with theta. There's a better way out there. Yeah, but I've already spent so much time with options. It's like, no, but over here is better. Yeah, but I've spent so much time learning day trading options. It's like, okay, that's the sunk cost fallacy creeping in. All right, I will try a short here if it wants to come back up. Put my stop up here. Go up a little bit more there. So even right here, look how small the distance is between these lines. And that's still basically a 10-point stop. Small, little distant, yet still a 10-point stop. That's what I mean. Okay, now that makes sense. Cool. Well. Yeah, that is very strange, Ty. Now, to be fair to this person, if this was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when prop firms were kind of just showing up, like I understand. He's like, well, these things sound a little too good to be true. Let's let some of these develop some history. But like that's I mean, a lot of these ones do have history. Like take Profit Trader, who I use and recommend. They've been around now for I don't know what, at least 2 to 3 years. Oh, does anybody here use Funded Seat? Again, Funded Seat. Anybody here use them? They reached out to me and they're like, hey, we'd like to bring you on, get you a code. And I'm like, okay, well, I've never heard of you. Like, who are you? So I didn't get anything scammed. They're like, no problem. Well, we'll check in, next week after you check us out some more. I mean, their website and everything looks fine, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if they just started like 2 weeks ago. Because if they just started 2 weeks ago, I'll go ahead and pass. But like, why do yeah. And I mean, I don't mind because I've had many people say, hey, Clay, I love the stream, but for XYZ reason, I don't use, take Profit Trader or whatever. But I do want to support. So like, do you have a code with such and such? Because I do use such and such, and I will use your code as support. So that's why I'm trying to expand my codes out, just because they're, people do genuinely enjoy it and do that they sincerely want to help support it by using the code. But like, obviously they can't if I don't have a code with the firm they're using. All right, here we go. Well, that was a nice little short, or would have been, but unfortunately, when I put my order in up here, it didn't come up there. So, do I want to try? Gold actually looks the most interesting. Maybe I'll hop over to gold right here. Down around the pink line, the 200 period simple moving average, the dotted yellow line, the VWAP, just kind of just little spaced right here. One year, 4 months. All right, so they didn't just show up, Mark. That's interesting. All right, do I try a long here? I don't know. I am wondering, are we getting in the early phases of like an ascending triangle pattern? That was a terrible. I can do better. There we go. So there's the top, and if this lower line here starts to hold, then yeah, this is where, the ascending triangle. Do we eventually get some sort of break to the upside? So that's where I'm curious. In fact, well, let's just draw it out. Let's see. Can this lower trend line here continue to hold? Let's see. Let's see if we're kind of in the earlier phases of a ascending triangle. Now you may be saying, well, Clay, didn't you just draw a bear pennant? And yeah, I did. That's the thing with bear pennants. Usually bear pennants have an ascending triangle as part of them. So right there is the bear pennant. That is also true. Hey, if you're enjoying in any way, shape, or form, if you don't mind hitting that like button, it does help. It makes a difference. So I've been very lax in reminding people, but yeah, if you could hit that like button, that would be very much appreciated. Gold is your nemesis? Well, then maybe that's a sign to move on for something else. Or is this just a short down through here? That's also a very plausible thing, given that this is still technically a bear pennant. I don't know. Do I try a short down here? Stop. That's still a 20-point stop. Yes, I'm talking to myself. Oh, boy. Right now, though, that 200 period simple moving average continues to do very well as the support. I might give it a go. This might be really stupid, but I can keep my... I'm going to try it. Okay, I'm in. There we go. Let me take that out. No, stop. Don't even tell me that I only get one out of that nice... At least hit that second target. Are you serious? It happened so quick I could... All right, I'm getting weirded out. No, I'm taking that one. Like I said, it broke and went so quick in my face. Are you serious? My ego wants to see this come up through here because then I'll feel good about hopping out. But then my confidence doesn't because it's like, man, that's kind of a signal of, are we about to enter into one of these really tricky markets all of a sudden? I can only trade on Mondays. Is it worth to do a prop firm? Well, what time do you work your day job, the unit? I think you're operating under... I think I might have some good news for you, brother. What time is your day job? Keep it on sells. All right. Well, it sounds like Dr. Dolly's pretty bearish on the day. See, either a breakout or a false one. I'm not trying to be a jerk, Connor, but isn't that like what they all are? Like, isn't every breakout either a breakout or a false one? Maybe I'm not understanding what you're saying. Yeah, I feel fine about how I played that. Oh, I was so excited for a second. Got the break. It started to come down. I'm like, here we go. Oh, there it was. Okay. There it is. Oh, and now you're going to keep down. I mean, crude had a sell setup. Well, did you trade the sell setup? What's your sell setup that you're taking? Give it to us. What's your trade plan, River Rock? I think you mean crude has a sell setup. So what is it? Oh, got you, Connor. 8-4. Okay, well, here's the good news, the unit. Futures are open 23 hours a day, 6 days a week. So there is always time to find time to trade them. Now, sure, sometimes they're better than others, but, you know, I mean, futures also do move enough where even in the slower times, you can still pull out some worthwhile gains. So to answer your question, yes, futures through a prop firm would definitely fit somebody like you that only has quote unquote time to trade on Mondays. But now you see, actually, you can trade essentially even when you're not working. So yes, that is what we're witnessing here is the power of Pam's plan. Pam's plan is just an argument of why day trading futures through a prop firm is the best way to go about it. All right, I am interested in a short up around here again. Kind of a back test of not only the trend line, but also a back test of this pink line, which had been a good area of support until this current action. So yeah, going to look to get short right there. Ideally, just trying to get the back test and the go, right? And that's kind of what downtrends do. So that's what I'm trying to take advantage of right here. Keyword being there, that's what downtrends tend to do, but not guaranteed to do, which is why the whole, well, just trade with the trend is kind of just one of those cliche sayings where it's just not quite that straight. Is the rumor true? TPT going? Yes, yeah, it's true. Goodness. Well, if they are going bankrupt, that's weird that they sent me money today. Now, did they just sent an email on Friday talking about, yeah, you may be seeing stuff on social media because we're starting to enforce policies about bot trading and basically breaking rules. So my suspicion is this, JT Moon, the person, wherever you read that, was probably one of these people that just got cooked for breaking rules and now they're upset about it. Well, Dr. Dolly, see, the thing around here, though, is that, I mean, we need to have some trade plan. Well, I mean, obviously, I don't know. Maybe they are going bankrupt. All I'm saying is if they are going bankrupt, that's very weird that they decided to send me money this morning. Like, not money from my account to my wallet, but from my wallet to my bank account. Again, that doesn't mean anything. That does not seem like what I would expect from somebody that is going bankrupt, is to still be paying people. Maybe I made so much money that I just, yes, the $50 billion they just sent me this morning, maybe that is what put them bankrupt. Well, I know what I'm saying. First off, congratulations, Dr. Dolly. But what I'm saying is around here, I don't recognize the name, so you're new, so welcome. But it's just way better if you give us a trade plan like ahead of time, or at least in real time. Like, hey, I just got short here, my stop is here. And then we can watch things play out. But, I mean, the trust me, bro trade plans are just not as fun. What's a trust me, bro trade plan? Where somebody shows up and they're like, yeah, I got short right here and I covered right there. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, maybe, but this is also the internet. Again, I'm not saying you're doing that, Dr. Dolly. I'm just saying that's why numbers in real time, or better yet, ahead of time, so much better. But congrats on your trade. Next one, though, you're going to tell us in real time, or map out the trade plan ahead of time. Give us an entry and a stop loss and a target. Those three numbers are juicy. All right, maybe a long down here around VWAP. So yes, the bear pennant ultimately played out very, very beautifully. I'm going to get rid of that line. I'll keep this line out here just in case I need it as a reference point. I mean, they tell you. Again, with Take Profit Trader, the business model is there to be sustainable because they will put you into live. A lot of people are like, well, I don't want to ever be put live because simulator gives better fills. But like those are the companies where you're like, well, then they're either going to just kick you off the platform completely, or they're just going to, eventually limit you because you're like, in theory, somebody like that could bankrupt the firm. But like with Take Profit Trader, no, they'll eventually going to kick you into the live market. So then, and then also, get 10% of your gains, which is great. Which keeps everything sustainable from multiple angles. So yeah, I don't remember. I think it came out yesterday. So then right here is where... So this email means when they actually are sending it to your bank account. And that was right here. You can see this morning. So yes, the rumors about them going, I mean, again, this doesn't necessarily prove that they're not going bankrupt, but this is very weird behavior from somebody that is going bankrupt. Nope, down it goes. Very, very, very odd behavior. But what in my mind makes a little bit more sense is this one right here that they sent out last night. Yes, policies are being enforced. And this one came out, I guess not last night, yesterday afternoon. So yeah, in my mind, it seems, again, not guaranteed, but plausible that the people out there yapping about bankruptcy are the people, I don't know, maybe just got cooked because they were breaking these policies, and Take Private Trader, as they warned a couple weeks ago, are going to begin to enforce those. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm saying I think that seems reasonably that could be the case. How many users are actually resetting pro accounts? A lot, Nas. The amount I talk about it here, the amount I've shown the math of how it actually doesn't make sense, and then the people that even still see that and still do it, yes, they regret it, just shows the psychology of how big the craving to do it can be. So imagine the people that aren't even aware of the math, and they just do it. I mean, it's got to be a lot. Yeah, Schneider. Yeah, that all prop firms have a trailing drawdown. That means yes, it's always trailing you. Now, once you hit the buffer in the pro account, it stops trailing you, and that's where you enter into the discussion of, do I want to pay myself or build buffer? Yeah, exactly. What Todd's saying. That email that went out, and for those that are with Take Profit Trader, you can go check. You can read that email in its entirety, but. All I'm saying is it does seem plausible right now that there's probably some angry people out there that's why, hence these accusations are being thrown around. Crude is so nasty. Okay, so that's where you said it was. Did you get stopped out there, I'm assuming? Because this is where you said it was like a bearish situation and then it went up higher. I have heard of them flagging manual traders for bot trading. Well, I mean, you're presupposing that the people that are saying, I'm a manual trader, you're assuming that they are actually a manual trader. Now, if these people can prove that they're a manual trader, well, then that would be a contradiction. But just because somebody says they're a manual trader doesn't actually mean that they weren't using bots. I can't say this is the truth, but I don't think I'm being crazy in saying, and somebody that is behaving sketchy, somebody that is breaking policy, somebody that is bending the rules, blah, 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 or just flat out breaking them, I'm not quite sure they're going to be trustworthy enough to say, wait, I'm just a manual trader. Stusher, we're talking about an email yesterday. Yeah, code Clay, Andy. Code Clay, all caps. In fact, I have not yet shown the slide, so I'll do it really quickly just to help people out. But right here, these are everybody. If you want to support the stream, code Clay. So somebody just asked about Lucid, so there you go. Lucid, code Clay. It's got to be all caps. Again, I recommend Take Profit Trader, but many different ways there if you want to help support the stream. Because as I've said, this is totally viewer supported. No sponsorships yet. Maybe someday I'll have sponsorships, and then I'll be able to just kind of be lax about whether or not people use Clay or code Clay, just because it does. But there are no sponsorships yet. So as of now, the lifeblood of whether or not this thing continues to be brutally business honest is you got to use code Clay. What's wrong with being named Emmanuel? Okay, I must be missing a joke here. Is that a movie quote? All right, maybe a short here. Looking to get short at the red line. Let's see if it wants to make a push downwards here. Just trying to go with the trend. I realize it's bouncing up a little bit here, but the overall trend continues to press it down. All right, never mind. Glad I waited for confirmation. As now it's going straight back up. So I'm assuming oil must be dropping if the correlation still exists. Yep, there it is, dropping. Okay. So last week, if you were not here, and maybe you observed it independently or whatever. But yeah, the correlation between oil and the markets seemed to kind of break for the most part. But yeah, now it seems to be spot on right back. I'm assuming it's going to go past it, but I took a scalp there for a short. All right, well, good job. A little profit taken on oil. Is oil causing the sudden dip? No, I think you have your terms wrong. This is not a dip. I think what you meant is oil causing the sudden bounce? Yes. Because oil is pulling back, this is creating a bounce. I've never heard of any sort of this move as a dip. What I would call a dip is what oil's doing right now. This is the dip, right? Comes up, there's a dip. There's a dip. There's a dip. Again, not saying you're wrong per se, but I've never heard of that sort of terminology before. I know some people do call these things pullbacks. To me, that kind of is confusing. I think a pullback is the same as like a dip, but yeah, never heard of this thing being referred to as a dip. Well, I just realized oil is down roughly 10% from Thursday and Friday. Does it stay down, though? That's the question. Watching for a potential short around the 21 EMA, which is that green line. Oh, yeah, I mean the dip earlier. I don't know. My spidey senses are saying, don't get short here, brother. Don't do it. So I'm gonna try to listen to my loins. Oh, gotcha. I'm thinking we see $200 oil before. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I stand on that at this point. Well, now this makes me want to get short here. Seeing this? All right. I might cook. Give me a 2 if you're short right now. Who's short? I guess suppose give me a 1, 2 if you're long right now. 1 if you're long, 2 if you're short at this moment. 1 if you're long, 2 if you're short. JP short. Ooh, Brian's long. Oh, that makes me scared to get long or short. Legs it. Oh, wow. All right. Okay, again, I just asked for 1 or 2s. If you don't type anything CJ Strategies, that implies you're not in the trade. See, you messed up the beautiful cascade of 1 and 2. Same with you, JCCF with a 3. I'm not obsessive compulsive, but like areas like that, I'm obsessive compulsive because in my mind, I want a nice clean situation of just 1s and 2s. So that is me or what is it? Like anal retentive? Which one's that? Which is a weird name. Retentive. Yes. Okay. I was being anally retentive there, which describes a personality type obsessed with, okay, I'm not always this way, but in this situation, obsessed with orderliness, perfectionism, control, and cleanliness. Yes, agreed. In that situation, I just want 1s or 2s. I am very anally retentive. So when people show up and then just tell like 0, I'm not in. Well, I know you're not in because it's implied if you don't type 1 or 2. You dented baboon. See? You're making my, I don't even know how to apply that English speak? Like you're making my anus angry? Is that how that works? If somebody's anally retentive and then you upset them? I don't know. I don't know how to speak through that intelligently. Yeah, Todd, that could be it. You're yapping? I am yapping. I'm yapping because of you, JCCF. Yeah, anal man. I don't know. It's Freudian, is it? Well, congrats. Well, depending on your strategy. I don't know. Scalpers, I would assume that move down gave you something to work with. But if you're looking for more of a rollover, I guess you're probably still, you're getting a little perturbed by this move. Yeah, same. I mean, for me, it like Thai food, Kyle, for sure. Trump speaking right now? Can we confirm, is Trump speaking right now? Yes. Yes. Okay, now we have somebody saying not yet. Interesting, Fairchild. I'm logging out if he's speaking. He's doing his... Okay, so I don't know. We start off strong. 3 people said he was in a row, and now we have people... So I don't know. Short MYM, all right. And where's your stop at, David? Pam, yes, he's speaking. Okay. Oh, do I keep trading or do I wait for this guy to stop talking? I don't know. He's getting ready to talk. Okay. I have no idea if he's talking. Let me put it this way. Trump might be talking right now. So if that matters to you, there you go. I know time is a precious thing, comma, but yeah, comma, if you're ever willing to give Jim and I some time, comma, would love to sit down and get more of your thoughts. He is speaking. You just are all right. All right. I'm seeing a lot of faces that I truly trust their credibility. I mean, no offense to some of you, but like sometimes people with the best of intentions still like, oh, whoops, that wasn't quite it. Sorry, Clay. That's not me. I was sniffing paint. That I'm hallucinating right now. Again, the paint sniffer could have totally fine intentions. So. Before trading, I didn't realize how much he talks. Yeah. He talks way even. I mean, it makes sense. There's sort of like missiles flying through the sky, so it would make sense why he talks more. But come on, change. Come on now, brother. He's on News Nation. All right. Okay. I don't know. I might still take this short here. Okay, I am. If it comes here, bounces, okay, right there. That's what I meant. Bounces its head. I can put my stop right above these highs. Okay, I'm in. That came down nicely. It's about to snap right back. Oh, I was debating. Should I just take that scalp? Because it went so nicely in my favor again. That was like a quick 10-point scalpy scalp I had. Doggone it. That might have been my opportunity. Again, especially when Trump's talking. In my mind, I was like, oh, are we about to get one of these dumps? And then that quick, it snapped back. And now I'm about to get stopped. Doggone. Yeah, come down. Oh, now I want to... Do I add down here? Or am I think I'm getting way too fancy for myself. I'm thinking of adding down here. But that would look... Okay, well, and stop. Dog. Well, you got to be quick today. I had, like I said, 10 points that I watched in my favor and then evaporate. No, I cannot play the victim card here at all, really. I knew he was talking. This sort of stuff happens when he's talking, so it is what it is. What's he talking about? In the morning when you drain and you put our tops, are those... it depends, McKay. Again, McKay, you can see a lot of these trades if you just go to my YouTube channel and just I mean, I have live trade videos, and those are a lot from the morning session. In fact, they are from the morning session. So, I mean, you can get an idea of how I'm trading. I really don't understand YouTube at all. I get the impression that a lot of you are here on the live stream, which is great. I'm not complaining, but almost like you've never actually checked out my channel, like just the normal videos on my channel. Oh, there they are asking about Iran progress. Okay. All right. So it's very potentially realistic that Trump could send the market all of a sudden spiking either way. Looking for a short around 445. Okay, NAM. Just try to keep it objective. If you're going to make it that obvious, whether you like or don't like somebody, it's just deleted, okay? Yes, politics, I'm okay, especially when, I mean, there's a point where they make sense to be talking about. But, like, just try to keep it middle of the ground. Like, if you're going to make it that obvious, I got to just delete it out of here because I don't need a soap opera breaking out. Like, for me, I think all politicians are equally not impressive. I'll put it that way. I remember watching your videos from 10 years ago trading single stocks. You don't get old. Oh, I get old. I would like politicians way more if they just said this. Listen, we're not going to raise your taxes. We are going to raise your taxes, but we're just going to do it through inflation. Like, we're just going to keep printing money. That's how we make all this stuff happen. Like, if they just said that, it'd be like, okay, at least they're admitting to raising our taxes through inflation. But the whole, I can't remember who said the quote, but a politician's favorite form of taxation is inflation, because most people don't realize that's how they're being taxed. But if they just said that, they'd be like, that's fine. In the sense of I would respect it way more. Well, yeah, I don't really know how else to describe it, that McKay, other than, I mean, you can see how I trade on those on the video playlist there. Well, here's the thing, like lobbying, I don't. It's a self-created problem, and Peter Schiff, I don't agree with everything he says, but he nails it. He's like, that's why I'm like totally small government. Like the less government, the better. The more power you give to the people, guess who the lobbyists are going to come after? Us. They're going to give the people what they want. But like when you give the government so much power, well then of course the lobbyists are going to go to the government because they're just going to wherever the power is. But like if you make government small, and then why would the lobbyists go to somebody that doesn't have barely any influence? They're not, because that would be a waste of money. So I am just like, take power from the government, give it back to the people, and then force the lobbyists to spend money on, well, the people. So lobbying, ultimately, lobbying is not the problem I have. I have where all the power lies, because that's where the lobbying is going to go. Be careful, you may get banned in today's algo censoring. I'm not sure what I'm censoring. I say make government small and big business even smaller. I don't know. Depends. If big business can give poor and middle class people lower prices, I'm all for lower prices. I think that is the kindest thing you can do to poor and middle class people, is give them lower prices. And that's kind of why big businesses become big, because they're good at giving lower prices. Like Walmart did not become who they are because they give people high prices. Come on, brother. Okay. Please, Trump. I hope this is not like a 3-hour speech. I just want you to be done so I can take on trades with peace of mind. Okay, so currently not talking about economics. Now voting, that would make sense why the market's not doing much. Thought it would come down there. Down where? Some of these people, you can tell, they do zero research. Hi team, I'm reaching out as head of marketing at PieTrade to explore a potential partnership. Blah, blah, blah is a real-time peer-to-peer investing platform that enables users to trade, copy the trades of others. Let others copy their own trades. Oh, good grief. I want to just, like, yeah, dude, you just emailed the wrong dude. Have you ever hung out my live stream? Oh, brother. I mean, interesting business model, though. I mean, hey, just, they're going after people's pure laziness. Crazy. So yeah, that would be one where I will give zero effort towards pursuing any sort of more information about that one. Was up 500 on my eval today and cooked it within 30 minutes. Well, Blackout, if you go back to the 15-minute mark, I had a record-setting day. If you want to learn about that. So, I mean, spoiler, your day got nothing on my day. I'll just put it that way. Nah, not happening, Nas. Not happening, brother. What did I miss? Not much. I can't back from. I think you mean I came back from a bad night just to lose my account when Trump came on. Well, I mean, that bummer, but that's kind of that's what happens. If you decide to trade when Trump's speaking, crazy things can happen. Yeah, Tyson, that's we already talked about that. And as no, no. As far as I am aware, no. Given that I was given myself and many others were paid this morning in normal timely fashion, no. And then you combine that with the fact of there might be some grumpy people out there because they got caught breaking rules, so now they're just saying stuff. Yeah. All right, LD Trad. And the thing that I'm also thinking about is if people are getting busted for using bots and kind of getting fancy with technology, like again, this is pure speculation, but I don't think I'm getting too tinfoil hat. But these people clearly understand technology, so it seems equally as reasonable that I don't know. Do these people now have bots that are kind of like making this rumor spread bigger than it actually is because it's just one person, speaking through 25 bots? Again, pure speculation, but I don't think I'm too crazy on it. But yeah, as somebody said this, if they are going bankrupt, they're behaving very oddly as a bankrupt company. Like I said, given I was paid this morning, and again, not paid like what from account into wallet, but from wallet into bank account, like approved within a few hours, and then immediately in my bank account. So again, that doesn't necessarily prove anything per se, but from a probability standpoint, that seems kind of improbable that somebody that is bankrupt is still paying people quickly. I would fall more so on there are some upset people out there that just got kicked off for breaking rules. Is that TPT? Yes, I'm using Take Profit Trader. All right, here we go. Maybe a long down here. Dotted yellow line is the VWAP, so potentially a bounce off that area. Yeah, ask support. Actually, don't. You're taking up time away from somebody else that actually needs support. I'm tempted to go down the social media rabbit hole and look, but oh my goodness. I don't think this is news to anybody, but social media is so toxic. I think it's that way in all spaces, whether you're in the dieting industry or the, I don't know, who knows what, sourdough bread industry. I don't know, maybe sourdough bread people are a little bit more positive towards each other. But goodness, in the trading community, and then you throw in like the futures trading community, holy smokes. I prefer to just keep my nose out of it. All right, Steve, I like that. Look at Steve. Trade plan ahead of time. Long 328. Stop loss. Okay, look at that. Everything ahead of time, Steve. Thank you for being a good example. That's the name of the game. Got my money as well this morning, so who knows? People just... Yeah, okay, so yeah. There are multiple people that are getting paid in their normal, timely fashion. Which normally, when payments are slow, are like all of a sudden weird. That's where the things are like, wait a second. So yeah, I'm also in the disgruntled trader category right now. Meaning I think it's just people that got busted. Hey, look at that, Steven. Well, first off, thank you for using code CLAY. But I think you're implying the rumors are true, that code Clay is magical. You use code Clay on 3 Apex accounts and got 3 payouts of $1,500 each. Fantastic, Steven. Well done. Congrats. Brad, my reset fee. All right, well, I'm glad you just had a reset with a prop account and not a real account. And the crazy market causing. Yeah. Again, and their model is sustainable. That's the one thing that with other prop firms, it's like, But yeah, they will send you live, and they will still make, and then they get to make 10% straight out of, which is just pure profit at that point. And that's also what I like about Take Profit Trader. They are ultimately aligned. Like, they are incentivized to keep a good trader around so that they can get them live and then continue to make 10% from their gains. So I like that incentive. Where other prop firms, you can logically make the case that they don't want to see you have success because you're costing them money as a firm. But with Take Profit Traders model, you will eventually make them money from the live markets. Which is like, okay, yeah, let's actually find good traders. Let's keep these traders around, and then let's get them into the live market. So incentives, people's incentives are all aligned with Take Profit Trader. Which again is why there's just many reasons why I like them. I use them, and to me that's one of the the ones from a business model standpoint. All right, I'm looking at potentially a short here. I am short. I'm going to add more down here if it comes down. My stop is right up there. Like I said, I'm looking to add more at that red line if it wants to come down. Blue line is my entry. Dang, Tyson. I hope you at least use code Clay. I feel so used right now. You get the answer you want. You're like, well, see you later. Savage, Tyson. Savage. Okay. Again, I'm looking to add more at the red line here. Come on. I know I'm in the green, but I'm looking to add. Come on. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Took some out. Come on. More. Push. Push. All right. Got to take that out. There we go. I'm busting your chops, Tyson. I'm busting your chops. So glad I added on that one and then just turned it into a little kind of scalpy scalp. I was hoping it'd make a pretty smooth down a VWAP, but this is not what I would define as smooth. Especially when I add, which I know a lot of you know because you hear me say it every time. If I'm adding, then I start to get a little bit more rigid. Like I need to see the price start to play ball pretty smoothly. And if it doesn't, then I gotta go. Hey, if you're enjoying, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that'd be great. We are 16 away from 200 likes, which is a nice little milestone. So hopefully there's 16 of you out there that are enjoying enough to hit that like button. It does help. So if you are willing to hit that like button, that would be greatly appreciated. We'll see if we can get some momentum, maybe get a bit of a short squeeze here in the likes and push this up over 200. Hey, there we go, 201. Fantastic. Well, looking at gold here, I mean, we're in a tight. Well, this is still a pretty wide range, all things considered. But yeah, gold for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So going about 30 minutes, just pretty much trying to figure out what does gold want to do. So stuck in that range right there. Clay traded earlier this morning, closed down with 800 green, raised a couple eval. 800 green in one of the evals or in your pro account? Octavia. Uh-oh. Ukraine just hit Russia's largest oil port. Oh boy. What's oil doing? Okay. I guess the news doesn't really care that much then. Hey, newbie. Don't scare me like that. I was getting ready to look and see oil just going boom boom. In eval. All right, good stuff. General, yes. This is definitely prop trading, because prop trading, day trading futures through a prop firm is the most efficient way to day trade. That's my claim here, and I can bring the math to back it up. So yes, this is absolutely prop firm trading of futures, 100%. Because I like ROIs that make sense. Hey, Ramu, good job. Congrats. No life, do it. Define it. The math. I've done the math a lot around here. But the easiest way, no life, is let's say you make a bad trade, and let's just define the bad trade as minus $2,000. Would you rather have that bad trade take $2,000 out of your pocket or $102 out of your pocket? Which one of those things would you choose? Again, bad trade being defined as minus $2,000. Would you rather have the bad trade take $2,000 out of your pocket or $102 out of your pocket? The pro account is where you start to make money, James. The eval account is, well, it's an evaluation. You got to first pass the test. Oh, no. No, bro. Okay, I'm glad you got a good little payout out of it. On what? What did you trade? You don't have to talk about it right now. I know I'm not trying to rub salt in the wound, but... Well, at least you have a positive ROI on it, but bummer. Trying to find the... So, oh, right here? Did this get you? I'm just joining the stream, so you might have already talked about this, but just FYI, jump. Thank you. Yeah, Ryan. We are aware. I appreciate you, though, making sure, brother. Good looking out. Good looking out. Oh, yeah. You were averaging then, huh? I didn't realize you were or did you, was there, must have been rule breaks? Oh, yep, DCA. There it is. Bummer. Well, good job getting payouts from it, brother. We know, you know what? We know that you'll get back there again. Hey, Preston. Had a good day today. I know you're locked out of your accounts. I'm wondering about a long here, and then just throw the stop slightly below VWAP. But it's one of those things where Trump's talking, so it could... Ooh. Gold actually trying to make a move here out of that range maybe now finally, which I was just showing not that long ago. Ooh. 200 period moving average. Look how it was respected right there. That pink line as resistance. Does it come up here and get resisted again? Rejected again, I guess. Resisted again? Yeah, that's the right terminology. Resisted at resistance. See if it... Uh-oh. I know if I do it, I'm going to cause myself maybe a headache, but I think I need to do it. Get that lower trend line in place here. Now, what's tricky about that, though, is even if I were to short the trend line, that's kind of not... That's not a clean trend line at all. What makes it unclean? Well, the fact that the VWAP is right below. So, meaning, if you short this... Not a guarantee, but there's a very credible threat that it breaks here, comes down to VWAP, and then bounces. And then we're like, oh man, What a fake breakdown. It's like, well, kind of a fake breakdown, but I mean, you did have the VWAP right below you. So yeah, not a clean trend line at all. Well, as of now, I'm looking like it's not even going to tempt me with it, but I don't know. I'm kind of wondering, do I want a long here up through there? That looks kind of interesting. Do I try the long? Me today. So does that mean red or green or no trades at all? Hey, good job, Dashner. I'd say buy. Okay. Are you going to buy their footy? Rookie numbers. Man, you ever look at the chart and imagine how big your run? No, never done it. I've never, ever in my entire career have pulled out a calculator and run numbers and said, if I would have held, I'd be out, click, 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 equal. Oh, man, I've never done that. Never. What are you even talking about? Who would do such a thing? The calculator game, I've never pulled out a calculator. Yeah, Footy, I think we might be different traders. You're giving me vibes of like a swing trader or maybe like an intraday swing trader where you don't mind holding a position for hours on end, which is fine. I'm not saying what you're doing is bad. I'm just saying I think we may be talking a couple different languages here. Is Trump still talking? Oh, I'm long term. Yeah. Like I said, Footy, I kind of got that vibe. You don't use an abacus? I actually just use my fingers. Yes, he is. Okay. All right. It's almost like the market's just sitting here kind of waiting to see what happens. I blew an eval again. I reset it and then went minus 1,000. Now plus 600. Not touching anymore, but still. Well, Jennifer, if you watch, if you go back to the 15-minute mark of this live stream, you'll see I had a record myself. One of those. I'm not proud of it. Is this a 5-minute chart? No, it's the 2-minute right there. Like I said, I am not long-term, Footy edits. I am a day trader through and through. He's talking about drug bust right now. Gotcha. Trump is in Memphis. What's wrong with... Why are you laughing at Memphis? What's wrong with Memphis? Okay. You're just going to putz around right here for now, huh? Okay. Okay. I'll just be patient. Found 150 children. What? Yeah, Jake. Right now, we're waiting to see what it wants to do. But yeah, this action at this exact moment it's almost like somebody's talking that has. Okay, here we go. Jennifer, I don't know, Jennifer. Maybe, I don't know. The overnight session was, I think, pretty active, especially at 7 a.m. Memphis is going to be crime free. All right, at the trend line, which again, I'm not interested in shorting because not that far below, we have VWAP. So that's why I say it's not really a clean trend line per our discussion earlier. Bro, the thing is why I don't like short-term trading because of like the huge leverage. Well, yeah, that's, I mean, you're basically making an, I agree, but you're also making an argument for prop firms. Because prop firms, sure, you have a lot of leverage, but for example, just to kind of, however you want to break down this leverage, yeah, so for $102, you get 50K in buying power, which is a lot of leverage, which allows you to buy 6, NQ contracts or MNQ. Like ultimately, if you go and you toast this account, you're out $102. So yes, there is a lot of leverage, yeah, but your ultimate risk is only $102. But I do 100% agree with you. Like if you're using your own funds because of the inherent way of how futures and contracts, blah, blah, blah work, yes, there is immense amounts of leverage. 100% accurate, which is why I say people are crazy trading futures with their own money because of the immense amounts of leverage. But within a prop firm, yeah, you still have a lot of leverage, but your actual risk is, the example I just showed, $102. What is the number of blown accounts one racks up before they probably look to do something else? I don't know. Kent. So let me ask you this, Andre. Are you still using your own money, or you are now with prop firms? I mean, that's crazy. Assuming just taking you at face value, if that's actually true, I mean, you could have bought a lot of prop firms with $200,000. Why are you still using your money? See, that's what makes this stuff very. Okay, well, yeah, that makes it very hard to believe. Because either you're lying or, with all due respect, you're a total dent. To admit something could have prevented you from being $200,000 down, and yet you're still doing the same thing. Like I said, either you're just yapping, or you are, I don't know. You've been sniffing pain or something. Prop firm rules are too complicated to get paid. No, Big Stick. You are looking at the wrong prop firms then. I can understand why you would say that, depending on some of these prop firms out there, but to do blanket statements is a disservice to oneself. Andre, I don't care. If it's true, then fine. Then that would just mean you're a moron. Man, there is this thing that could have prevented me from losing $200,000. Oh, so you're now doing this thing? No. Okay, so all your screenshot would be proven is that you are a moron. I use my friend. Yeah. There's again, in the category of day trading in general, my claim, backed by math, is this: day trading futures through a prop firm is the most efficient way to go about day trading. Well, no, I mean, you definitely are right now, Andre. Assuming that is true, you are definitely a moron. Well, that's kind of mean. Listen, what would you call somebody that says, hey, I'm aware of this thing, and this thing could have prevented me from being down $200,000. Okay, so now you're doing this thing? No. I don't know what other conclusion you would reach. So yes, I don't think anybody is that stupid. So I'm going to just go ahead and kind of err on the side of you're kind of just saying words and numbers. Again, for what I'm saying, 40 edits is if you're the reason why you're not day trading is because you're scared of the leverage. I do understand what you're saying. I'm just what I'm pointing out is like that's actually the cool thing about prop firms is the risk management of how you're ultimately your risk is very, very minimal. Yeah, exactly, Ty. Yeah. But the bros on Twitter will make fun of me if I say I'm using a prop firm because yeah, ego instead of math. It's like, okay, if you're choosing ego over math, there's not much we can do for you. So maybe, yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe he's I don't know. I don't know. Who cares? It is what it is, brothers. All right, maybe a bounce down around here. Not maybe. I don't know. Trump's. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So true. Trump's getting done, close to being done. Oh, do I try the double bottom here or not? I might take a swing at it. Let's see how this candle finishes, and then if this candle here can give me some sort of hammer, I'll take a swing at it. He's just thanking random people. Really? Like he's like, you, Sally Sue, thank you. Raj, hey, Man Tools, thank you. Hey, Darcy, thank you. He's just naming random people? Come on, brother. Hey, Sergio, thank you. I did forget Cletus. Hey, Cletus, thank you. Okay, footy edits. I'm not sure what to tell you. All I'm saying is if you want to day trade in a very risk-controlled way, prop firms give you great leverage, but way, way, way more importantly, there's insulated risk protection. Okay, I don't know. Regardless, Andre, those are the two conclusions. You're either lying or you're literally stupid. Those are the two conclusions. You're the one that just said, yeah, prop firms would have prevented me from being down $200,000. So you're going to use prop firms? No. Okay, that's either a lie or you're just a moron. Like those are literally the two conclusions. Market feels very heavy here. I don't know what it feels like. It feels like it's just sitting on the VWAP right now. Gold acting weird right now. I mean, I don't know how you define weird, but it's just kind of figuring out it's thinking about life choices right now. That's what kind of gold chart reminds me of. It's just contemplating life choices right now. No. I'm kind of tempted to get a short here. Just throw my stop above here and see if we can get the flush or not. I am. There we go. All right, let's see if it wants to flush down through these lows or not. I will take off one there just in case it does want to bounce. But yeah, I'm keeping a very tight leash on this thing. I want to lock myself out, but I feel like I'm going to miss this dump. Well, then get short and put a stop in, and there you go. Only during the test phase, Andre, which is why I say pass within 1 month. Because after you pass and get your pro account, the monthly fee goes away. With Take Profit Trader, that is. I'm assuming you were asking about Take Profit Trader because that's who I use. That's who I recommend. Come on, VWAP, let loose. Let the price go. Come on. I will move my stop down to break even, but it needs to get closer to the target than it's, moving this far below. That's not going to be enough for me to, and I'm about to get stopped out. Well, then I've let you down. If you've been watching my stuff for years, then I apologize. Because I have apparently you've learned nothing about math or logic or anything. So I apologize for letting you down. So stopped out on that one. Did not get the flush. It just decided to bounce right back up for now. I'll let loose those no more. I mean, for all considerations, take profit traders. It is a monthly fee, but like with futures, because of the way they move and all the leverage, odds are you're going to get your answer within a month, whether or not you're going to pass or blow the account. Well, then you weren't copying me, were you? Because I didn't get out with a tiny profit. So you didn't copy me. If you copied me, you'd have a losing trade there. I thought you were long looking for the bounce. Well, I mean, if that's what you thought and you jumped in long when I went short, you're actually nice in the green right now. All right, this thing is continually rejected off of the 21 EMA recently, so if it wants to come back down here to that red line, I'm going to try the short. Looking for the rejection off of the 21 EMA. That red line turns blue. That means I am filled on the short side. Even if it just comes down to the VWAP and never breaks down through VWAP, that's still plenty of wiggle room for me. I feel the range rotation beginning. Why don't you just trade the range then, brother? BMR, trade the range, brother. Okay, maybe. Again, if that red line turns blue, I'm in. Okay, I bet I can get a better entry point now, maybe, potentially. There we go. Yep, head up. Get through the green line, though, a little bit. Get through the green line a little bit more. Maybe this will turn. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Looking to get short at the red line again. Let's see if we can get the rejection here off the 21 EMA. It smacked it down here and here and here. Let's see if we can get another smack down. Let's see if Cletus is up here to give the bulls a spanking. Cletus has been up here giving the bulls a spanking every time it's tried to get through. So this is a spanking trade. I'm seeing if Cletus is still there, willing to give the bulls a spanking. Okay. Now it's time to spank him, Cletus. Spank him. Spank him, Cletus. Spank him. Come on down. Okay, I need more of a spanking than this. Come on, Cletus, spank him. Spank him, Cletus. Just in case there's a quick spank, I better throw one down there. Come on, Cletus, spank him. Come on, Cletus, spank him. I know I've had the scalpy scalp, but I'm looking for a spanky spank. Come on, Cletus. Get that belt out. Or just sit here. I don't know, maybe Cletus got some ice on his shoulder or something. All right, there we go. Come on, spank him. Spank him. Come on, Cletus. Ooh, beautiful. 2 beautiful candles in a row. Like, I can't ask for a better looking spank him setup than this. Come on, spank him, Cletus. I don't know. Do I add is the question. Oh, I think I have to add. Oh, yeah, I have to. Oh, if it comes back. Dude. Okay, I'll give this thing a little bit more. You gotta be. This action is just nonsense. Whatever. I'm going to add at the red line. If it comes all the way down here, I'm definitely adding. If I can get filled there, that would be very, very ideal. Whether or not it comes down at this point, I don't know. All right. This is the dump fest. Yeah, we'll see if it dumps. I'm not going to complain if it wants to dump from here. Nobody is going for stop, LD Trad. I can see the cult coming out on you again. Stop talking that way. So stupid. Like, see if it wants to get rejected down. See if the purple, so far purple line 50 period simple moving average is doing its job, but short entry 420. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Yeah, double A. That's exactly. But it's when you're in a cult, rational things like that, it still doesn't make a difference. So Pam Bondi is now talking. All right. Come on. Now, if this big green candle here fails, totally, that'd be great. Christian, why are you behaving that way? Should I just ban you? Last week you got the timeout, and it's like you don't learn. Like, are you a troll, Christian Garcia? Like, are you behaving that way intentionally at this point after getting a timeout, which makes me think you're just totally a troll. What? Wow. Wow. Well, like I said, I cannot play the victim card. I chose to trade during a speech, and that's what happens sometimes. Did the war end? I think the candle would be a little bigger than that one. You just pass your eval with the candle? Well, good. I'm glad that somebody got some benefit out of my getting punched in the face. Good job, Alex. I've never used Bookmap. Nope. You are my favorite YouTuber. Well, thank you. What is this coming from? Oh, the high's right here. So I don't know. Are we about to see a triple top? 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Do we have a triple top coming our way? It was a dump fest. Oh, really? Somebody called a dump was coming? Stop. Where? Christian. Oh, Christian. Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't even realize it was him. Oh, I don't know why he hasn't been banned. I think he gave a trade plan, though, to be fair to the guy. Didn't he give a trade plan, though, afterwards? Okay, so he got stopped out. To be fair, he got stopped out. He did say he was short. 412. Okay, so he got stopped out there. So Christian Garcia lost on that one. You're my favorite. I mean, I've already been talking to you. I've used your name several times. What are you talking about? Man, look at this. Does a triple top happen? I'm going to take a swing at it. Why not? Rejected here, rejected here. Let's see if we can get another rejection. Nope. This time it's up through there. Unless that was a fake break of it. Again, trying to get short if it wants to come back down. But who knows? Maybe this is not going to be a triple top. I would assume oil is dropping right now. Let's try to hop over here real quick. Yep. Okay, if this comes up here and hits the yellow line, I'm moving my entry point right up there. Come on, Price, go hit that yellow line. Christian, so that was a losing trade you took, right? You're 420 and you got stopped out of 440, Christian Garcia. Is that right? That was a losing trade for you? Yes, yes, you did what? You did what? Governor of Tennessee now talking. Okay. I did take a hit. All right. Yeah. I guess in hindsight now it looks like a stupid... well, I don't know. I still wouldn't have been. I think my order to get short was like right there-ish. Oh, this looks like it could be a good short here. Oh, I want to chase. Okay, short. I did go down to 2, though. as opposed to 8. So I can add some more, and then I have a very clear line in the sand up there for where my stop would need to be. Again, I'm sure it started small, so I could add if I needed to, and then just throw my stop above there, but maybe I don't get to add. Put my first target down there. Will be getting my stop loss in a break even if it gets, probably down around this area. But yeah, it hasn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a total dent. I don't know if I would have had a single losing trade yet if I was just doing scalpy today. It's me going for these bigger trades that have been, I think, correct me if I'm wrong. But I've watched, including this one, right? I'm looking at a scalp, which is here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this will be a green trade now. That's close enough. So either hit this first target, or if it comes out and stops me out, I'll have, once again, the thing where I'm trying to give the thing space, yet it stops me out. Let's go down here. So as it drops, I'll continue to follow it down at the 2, but just in case there's some quick snap down there. Let's see if it wants to keep bleeding, though. Come on. Okay, if it drops down some more, I can... And I am... Again, it'll be a green trade no matter what at this point, but ideally it'll be a way bigger green trade if it can come down here and hit me. Come on, come down. Do I add? Nope, never mind. There's my answer. So it's starting to become one of those days. Today for me it was a scalp type of day. Juliana, I'm returning to trading next Monday. All right, Juliana. Well, hopefully you'll also be on the live stream. Didn't I try to play that? I don't even remember. No. I think I got into... I should have... Yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Beautiful triple top up here. Wasn't like totally clean. It did push up a little bit, but after there, nice candle, and then... No, I don't try... Listen, I'm an old, crusty guy that's been trading forever. I'm well beyond chase every little shining object. So I appreciate AJ, but no, I don't use cumulative delta. I'm a baboon. As if I could understand cumulative delta. No, I am a KISS method trader. Keep it simple, stupid. And then it rolls over. See, this is just my... I don't know, I'm about to buy this pullback here. The Mississippi Delta, exactly. Yeah, I've heard the Mississippi Delta method is pretty intense. Well, I mean, I guess that depends on conviction. I disagree. Anybody that was playing this triple top around here, it's now at almost 60 points of conviction. I mean, that's a 60-point move there, give or take. Like I said, for me, unfortunately, it had to come up here and stop me out and then make the move, but so that's never fun. So, I mean, yeah, for my definitions, I would disagree that there's no conviction. That looks like conviction of the triple top. So, yeah, maybe a short, or I'm sorry, not a short, a long down here. But you all know I'm terrible at buying these pullbacks when there's overall downtrends. Oh, boy. Scroll up to your call. Okay, well, did you make this call ahead of time, or is this a trust me, bro one? All I see right now is my trade plan is working so far. My target is 387 from 450. I mean, did you call out 450 ahead of time, Alex? Or is this trust me, bro? I got absolutely destroyed today. Well, I don't think you're alone. Oh, you did call it out ahead of time? I'm not seeing anything. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It just means maybe I'm blind. But I'll just trust that you called it out ahead of time. Good job. Good call. Okay, I'm looking for a long. If it can hit that. That's close enough. Let's see if we can bounce here off the 21 EMA. This is probably going to dump. I am terrible at buying pullbacks. So this is probably more like a short. We'll see. No, it's all just charts, Juliana. So, yeah. Charts are charts. Again, looking to get long at the green line. Looking for a bounce here. So we've got the strong move up. We've got a pullback to the 21 EMA. Now I'm trying to see if it wants to bounce up off this area. That green line turns blue. I'm in. Could be a bounce off VAL. Ooh, what's VAL? That sounds intense, though. That makes me more confident that I'm at the VAL. All right, never mind. It's dropped down too far now. VAL. The Vietnam all-time low? Is that what the VAL is? The Vietnam market all-time low? Value area. Oh, the cult is alive and strong. Oh. How could it be? Yeah. All right, if it comes down here and hits the purple line again, I'll go for another long. A bargain at twice. Yeah, there we go. Going for a bounce at 383. All right. Where'd your stop be, Christopher? So entry would be 383. What about your stop, brother? Maybe it's going right back to the 21 EMA. Clay, I love futures covering from a recovering small cap. Oh, yeah. Small caps, low floats, penny stocks. Yeah, 5 years ago, I can understand why people would want to day trade those, but they are so obsolete now. It's crazy how much they don't make sense. So good. Rookie numbers, I'm glad you're enjoying. Long with no numbers. I'm not sure what you're talking about. 10 points. Roger that. I need to go to Walmart and buy a new strategy. Yeah. I think that's aisle 37. On sale? Oh, nice. Those are the best ones. Buy one, get one free? You're going to go... okay. I can cook. I'm willing to try along here. If it wants to drop down. But I don't want to see it go up and then come down, because then that means I'm buying like a failed breakout. But right now, if it just wants to pull back here, I'll play ball with that. But I don't want to see it come up too much. Publix by the... Oh, nice. All right, never mind on that now. Well, doggone it. It ultimately did bounce off the 21 EMA, but not clean, because that right there kind of at least threw me off. I don't know. But, I think Publix, what is that only Florida? I've been to a Publix when I was in Florida once, but picked up at a bargain strategy at Walmart on the way home from taking the kids to school. It just helped me lose. Yeah, that's usually how those strategies work, exactly. It's southeast, gotcha. All right, the Trump trade. He's going long just to trust Trump. I don't know. 5 minute does look good. We have... Nice move up, down here to the 21 EMA. We have a nice hammer candle here, starting to show some strength. Does it pop back up? So that's what's got me kind of over here on the 2 minute. So that was a 5 minute. We're watching on the 2 minute. Oh boy. I don't know if this might be a very dented move, but I'm seeing some momentum. I'm going to try. Trying to get long at the green. We'll see if it wants to pull back a second, fill me, and then ideally resume. Okay, I'm in. Now let's keep the party going up. No, let's go back up. Come on, 5 minute, do your thing. Long at the blue line. Come on. There we go. Kind of, sort of. Come on. Come on. Should I be taking the scalpy scalp here? Oh boy. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if I'd had a losing trade yet this live stream. If I would just do the scalpy scalps in this market, but for some reason I can't get through my thick skull to just not take a scalpy scalp. Come on. Go. Go. Push. Push. All right, let's do this. I'm going to just follow it up with all 5. No scaling out. This thing either keeps moving and I'll move my stop up, or... There we go. I'm just going to, like I said, let this one work for me. But don't come down and stop me out already. Come on, go up. So I put the stress behind me of, will this be a losing trade? Because I know it'll be green because my stop loss is above my entry, but I'd really like to just time one where I can get a nice grind. There you go, yeah. Grind, there you go. Come on. Anybody else long with me right now? Give me a 1 if you're currently long. Give me a 1 if you are long right now. Baked, JP, PF, Alejandro, Nero, Matt, Steven, Stars. Okay, I can't keep up with the names. All right, good. Good. This fun to know that I'm not alone. All right, we got a lot of people. All right, let's have some fun. Come on. I see a lot of these names in here. They're good people, Market. Come on, Marky. Come on, Marky, the market maker who lives in the basement of Fort Knox. Press the up button for us, brother. Press. Go. Well, I'm stopped out there. Oh, real sharp. He changed his tune real quick. Gotcha. Gotcha. See, the cult members don't like being told they're in a cult. Oh, you're talking. Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I thought you were. Whoops. Sorry. Apologies. You kind of got to specify that, brother. Ha. One of the worst traders I've seen on YouTube. But the timing of that comment after I just been taken out of my stopped out before it grinds in my face, I thought you were talking to me. Sorry. I apologize. Yeah, yeah. I can't do anything quite right. Now this, again, my fault, totally my fault. The only reason why this one is so big is because I was in a trade and Pant when, the speech was going on and that thing just, if you're here for that, that thing just whoosh. It was like 30 points against me like that. So unfortunately, this account should be doing better, but shoulda, coulda, woulda. I played with fire and I got burned. Hi, Nina. First off, welcome. Good to have you. I am trading futures, and to be specific, right now MNQ futures. Oh, that one got you too, Mark. Yeah, that was a rough one. But all right, what would quadruple? Is this going to be a quadruple top now? Here's top 1, 2, 3. I don't even know if that's a real pattern. Is the quadruple top a real thing? All right, I'm going to put myself on mute real quick. Never mind. She is, my wife is in the middle of stuff right now, so I don't want to devoid her brain power of a non-pressing thing. Quad top. Okay, so a quad. Dude! A quad top. How legit does that sound? I'm trading it just based on the name alone. Just so I can tell my kids someday, Dad, how's your day? Listen, kids. Daddy took a quad top today. All right, I have to take it. I'm obliged to take it with such a cool looking term, such as that. Right, if it wants to get them up here a little bit, then I'm going to throw in an order. Come up a little bit more. Come up a little bit more. Okay, good. Now my stop is right up there. Then I can say I took the quad top. I'm taking this quad top. This is the coolest setup I've ever heard. The quad top. Okay, I'm in. In for the quad top. Oh my, the adrenaline right now is crazy. Come on, quad top. Come on, quad top. Come on down. If it gets close to that target, I'll move my stop to break even. Come on, quad top. I know I've had the scalpy scalp again. I know I've turned down a scalpy scalp again. But I'm just a dented quad top baboon. Stupid quad top. Stupid quad top. Sorry, I can't trade future. Why? Why can you only trade stocks? I bet I have good news for you. Okay, I cannot. I'm sorry, Christian Garcia. You're just, I don't know. There's something about you. You're just, I don't know. We'll put him in timeout. I don't know. There's something about him where I can't quite ban the guy. But man, one of the more obnoxious people too. Crazy day, crazy trading day of my life, Clay. I was long and that 800 point. Were you? Nice job, J-Bo. That you were in the right place at the right time. I don't have the right account, I think. Well, that's what I mean. Well, where do you live? Let's first start there. Because there are some countries where price going to take out 500. For what kind of top? Canada. Okay, yeah, then you could totally do what I'm doing. You could, if you wanted, you could open up a prop firm. The prop firm I'm using is Take Profit Trader, which is the link at the top of the screen. And they are open to Canadians. 13K on 2 con. Yeah, I believe it. That was an insane move. Congrats, man. Hey, Catboy. Yes. Yep. Take Profit Trader is open to those in Germany too. Yes. Yep. Again, that's what the link at the top of the screen is. That'll give you access to the United States futures market in controlled ways. Risk-controlled ways, that is. And if you want to help support the stream and save the 40% off and then $0 activation fee upon passing, code CLAY, all caps. There you go. So all of you that are in Canada and are looking for a way to enter into the USA market via the futures market, which is by far the best market to day trade, you can do it with Take Profit Trader, the prop firm that I'm using here. How does this work? Well, just go to the link in the prop firm. It's all explained there. Well, Catboy, if you want to go back to the 15-minute mark of the live stream, I explain there. Or you will get access to the U.S. futures market. Oh, shots fired. All right, I think I'm going to try again. Like, is this rejection going to show back up again? Okay, I'm going to try it. I'm short. Is this area of resistance going to be resistance again? Let's see. I'm so scared that when at the time I take my scalpy scalp, it's finally going to roll over. I don't know what. Yeah, just. I need a Trump candle. Well, if we're defining a Trump candle as down, I guess I'll take it right now. Yeah, exactly. What precisely? I will take a Trump candle if it's in the downwards direction. Did they say what the reason was, Brad? Glad you got it. You gotta be. I cannot. This is just what a crock. I don't even care. Added 8 more. Come on, be a fake breakout and just give me some pullback to the downside here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh my goodness. I can't. Oh, I got to get my line in the sand. There it is. Either coming down or I'm getting punched in the face again. Hello? That was somebody. I don't know who it was. Like, I know the person. It's not like somebody just broke, like, not like a stranger broke into my house. Just, I don't know which child it was. That was you. Oh, it was Trip. Okay. Thank you, buddy. It was Trip. It was not, nobody just broke into the house. That sounded kind of bad. I don't know who I don't know who that is. I mean, a nice candle here. It's just, can we get some rollover? Just a little bit. Now, I'm not looking for a crash. Come on. Come on. Come on. Go down. Oh my, this market is going to. Go. Hey, there we go. All right, let's, there we go. Oh, crap. Okay, I'll just take that. I don't even know what's going on right now. Spank him, Cletus! Cletus spanked him. See, this is what disappoints me. See that the Christian Garcia guy that was so obnoxiously cheering for 520. Man, man. Thank you. I feel somewhat justified for this entire time to sit here and okay, I passed by another scalpy scalp. Okay, I passed by another scalpy scalp. Okay, I passed by. Come on, one of them's finally got to work out. Finally, one worked out. Depends on some gambling candle. No, Tom or Bucket Troom. That's just Dunning-Kruger effect. That just proves that all it takes is one setup to work. You can have failed one after failed one after failed one after failed one. But as long as you're still cutting the losses, all it takes is one. Yes, did I get lucky in the sense of that big of a candle? Sure. But that's my point. All it takes is one. And as long as you keep yourself in the game, aka manage risk, then you do give yourself an opportunity at one of these lucky candles. So I'll accept the premise that was a lucky candle. But the reason why I was able to take advantage of the lucky candle, the reason why I was able ever to even get lucky was because I managed risk to keep myself in the game. So Bucket Troom, Dunning-Kruger effect, brother. Yeah, you probably started a month ago. You learned a little bit, and now you think you're way smarter than what you are. And no, again, lucky in the sense of that big of a candle, that quickly, sure. But, I mean, if you don't understand what's going on here and why I took that setup, I mean, it's not like that was just all randomness. We talked about the Dunning-Kruger effect on Friday. It is a very real thing. And Bucket Troom, 100% is experiencing the Dunning-Kruger effect. Oh man. Now it's still a rough, crazy day, but I don't. I was starting like the market was like gaslighting me, like, dude, what you're doing makes no sense. It's like, but I swear, sometimes if I just give the thing a chance to cook, it actually cooks for me. Finally, I got one that cooked. Again, when I say I got lucky, I just mean this candle here. Like the amount of this candle, and more specifically the speed at which that happened, yes, sure. I happen to be in the right place at the right time, and I got lucky in that regard. But to what you're saying, and I appreciate you guys trying to sound like, well, no, I don't think that was luck at all. Agreed in that sense. But in the category of how quickly that move started, okay, I nobody knew that, right? I don't even remember, like, how much was I down? How much was that red? I don't even remember now. The entry wasn't luck. Just okay, there, yeah, what Hooch said. Exactly. Yeah. It was down over 400. Okay. And see, that's the thing. I don't even know why. And then of course that person just leaves. Hopefully they're here to hear my response, because there was actually a learning like that. That is trading. And again, I'm not saying like I got lucky in like every random way. I'm just accepting the premise to push the point forward. Well, even if somebody accused you of getting lucky and you've been, taking losing trades, you can just say, well, yeah, but the reason why I had the opportunity to get lucky was because I didn't blow up my account. So because I manage risk. So if anything, the more you manage risk, the more opportunity you'll have to eventually get lucky with one of those big moves, which can really bring things back in your favor. Well, that's not even the beautiful. I hear what you're saying, Tim, but that principle applies to whatever you're trading, right? You could get lucky with an option, or get lucky with Forex, or get lucky with a crypto, or get lucky with whatever. But you can't get lucky if you no longer have an account. All right. Now I gotta be a little careful. I'm feeling good right now. I'm feeling like justified. Well, I'm always feeling sexy, so that's nothing new. But I don't want all of a sudden get cocky. Okay. So I gotta be careful now. I don't want, I'm feeling very confident, but in my mind right now, I'm trying to ask, I don't know, is my confidence actually no longer confidence? Have I crossed that line from confidence into cocky? Yeah, the quad top. That was a weirder form of the quad top, but I'm glad I stuck with it. You sound minty fresh. I smell that way too, boy. Oh, sorry to hear that, Trash. Well, let's look at the bright side. You can get yourself. I realize you didn't quite get to payout territory, but I mean, you were practically there. So look at the bright side. Good job. Good try. Remember, don't reset it. Hopefully you're doing the racehorse model and can fire up another pro or another racehorse from the stable. But as tempting as it is, just consider and look at the numbers. For the price of that one pro reset, you could be getting 5 or 6 tests. Too consumed by your own fabliness. I don't even know if that's true, Kevo. There is no bright side. Oh, I mean, there's always a bright side to stuff. I mean, you woke up this morning, didn't you? That's who I can't remember who said that, but it's such a good saying. If you woke up today, you're already having a green day. Uh-oh. I had a buddy just send me this. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, so I had a buddy just send me this. Let's see. Is this the best time trade of At 6:50 a.m., 1.5 billion in notional value of S&P 500 futures contracts were bought. This trade was so large it sent the entire index 0.3% higher that minute. Then, 14 minutes later, at 7:20, announced productive discussion with that 1.5 position gained $60 million in minutes. I don't know. Insider trading. Obviously, this doesn't prove anything, but these are the things that make you go, huh. So, I don't know. Again, that doesn't necessarily prove anything, but it certainly creates the need to go, Like, I'm curious. Yeah. It was Barron buying. I don't know. Clay looks like he listens to Green Day. No, Coldplay. I like Coldplay. The question is, what was the cost of those options? They weren't options. I think I said futures contract. I think it said futures contracts. Oh yeah, that was with was that when the tariff stuff first started to come out? I remember that. What was the amount again? It was 1.5 billion. Yeah, here it is again. What does Grok have to say? The timing is insanely precise. That 1.5 years right could be top tier anticipation of diplomacy rules, market price that in fast, or just luck. No clear evidence of anything more, so I'll call the best time trade so far. Which that is a fair reply. Like I said, it doesn't prove anything per se, but it certainly makes you go, wow. Well, I'd like to know who that person was. Shake their hand. Again, by definition, to be intellectually honest, you have to conclude that doesn't prove anything. That is where things stand. Now, does it qualify? Does it justify? Is it reasonable to be like, to speculate? Absolutely. But it is, again, to be fair, still speculation. 99% true, or her husband, one of the two. The thing, though, the thing that really gets you, though, is when options contracts. Usually people don't get, I can't say all the time, but the vast majority of the time when people get busted for insider trading, it's in the options world because it's just the way options work. Like there are some things that from like a risk perspective, it is so risky, it makes no sense at all unless you know something is coming. And to an extent, that's true with futures. But, futures don't have theta. So that's just kind of one basic example of why it's not quite as crazy. Again, it's still crazy. But I think that's why that is why options market, if somebody's going to get busted, it's more times than not the options market. It's like, really? You took on that trade with that amount of money and you had this amount of risk. In other words, you basically had to be totally right or else there is no chance you were making any money. It becomes so obvious. Still trading quad tops? Dude, did you miss the quad top trade I took, man? Would that be for, I'm not sure the math on it. Agreed, Tim. Yeah, I'd like to be very curious, like who, what fund, what person, whatever bought all that. That would be interesting. Okay, honest question. Has anybody seen anything out there where somebody made the claim that, like, from a charting standpoint, they knew that move was coming? Hopefully not. But has anybody seen anything like that where they sit back and they analyze the chart, of course, with hindsight, and they're like, oh, because of this, this, and this, which is called this, I knew that this was coming. Did anybody see anything like that out there? I mean, that person's got to be crazy to make the claim. And again, I love charts. I love charts. But no chart. There's no such thing that told you that move was coming. So I really hope there's nobody out there trying to claim that they have a system, a method, a model that from the chart standpoint told you that was coming. But I mean, if you're not aware, there can be some crazy things on social media. Ooh, Nam was feeling it in his bones. Let me just put it this way. If you came across anybody and in any way, shape, or form, just based on the chart, they're claiming that they had some sort of model or concept or whatever that knew that move was happening, that would be an easy red flag. That person is a full-blown scammer. Yeah, unless you went short. Well, I'm glad to hear that nobody's come across anything, because that would just be crazy to try to proclaim that. Let me put it this way. Again, none of that proves anything. However, if it was proposed to me, hey, Clay, we're thinking about using some of your tax dollars to launch an investigation into that. Are you okay with that? I would say yes. There is enough reasonable logic in my mind where I would be okay if some of my tax dollars were devoted to an investigation into that. Again, to be fair, it could just be a coincidence. Maybe that was pure and utter luck. However, I would be all for some of my tax dollars go. If I was asked, I would say, yeah, that's fine. Some things I'd be like, no, I really don't care enough. I don't think there's enough reasonability to devote my tax dollars to investigate that. But in this situation, yeah, I'd be okay with that. A guy watching footprint charts was live complaining there's insider moves. So did this guy watching the footprint chart, did he take a trade? Another, he bought us. Okay, so that's what I mean, Sean. That's the gimmick of all this stuff. Oh, he saw the inside movement. The only reason why he's calling it inside movement is because he saw what happened. If he truly thought, oh, wow, I'm witnessing insider movement right now, there must be something going on, then why didn't he get long? You know what I mean? Yeah, in hindsight, it's easy oh, dude, I called it out. I called out the inside movement. Well, no, you were just flapping your lips. Like, if you actually believed that it was insider movement that you were seeing, then you would have joined in and picked up some contracts. But the fact that the guy didn't, he's just yapping. He's probably, yeah. Did you have to double take this morning when you see the candles? Well, no, I wasn't even at the market. I was just doing kind of my morning routine where I, make my coffee, blah, 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 just do the headlines. And I was like, oh, that seems kind of like that seems like that's kind of a big news. He said things went very good. But in my mind, it was not a no-brainer. Like, oh, wow, that is no-brainer news. Because, Trump's obviously always saying stuff. And like sometimes the market seems to care, other times it brushes it off. I was like, okay, that's worth at least checking right now. So then when I came up and I saw the candles, I was like, whoa. That would have been really cool to see. I was here to see the tariff Trump tweet from way back, probably almost a year ago now. That was a crazy candle to see. Just something that explosive. So I'm a little disappointed I didn't see this one develop, but it is what it is. So yeah, for any of you that were here and actually saw that candle form, I mean, not to get like overly dramatic, but I mean, you were part of history. Like from a futures trading and just a market trading standpoint, to sit there and say that I was there and I witnessed that candle form, that's pretty cool on your part. Someone is making money. Well, yes, that's not the point of contention. Someone is making money on anticipating that move. Agreed. The point of contention is, were they operating on inside information? That is the point of contention, and something that, as of now, we don't know. But like I said, would I be okay with some of my tax dollars being devoted to an investigation? I would be okay with that. Oh, yeah. What did that tweet come on Liberation Day? I remember what that was. I just remember the one tweet where I don't remember what it was. Like we're putting a delay to the trade or the tariffs. Seems like it would be beneficial. No. There's no point in True Social. It's too late. By the time you read the True Social tweet and then think, is this good or bad news? The chart's already told you all that, right? Like in all actuality, did we need to know what the news was? Back here. Whoops, like right here. Again, did you need to know that there was news and that the market liked this news? Or did you need to know what the news was to know that there was news and what the market thought of the news? You absolutely did not. Anybody, their brother or uncle, can be like, okay, there is clearly news here. And the market really liked whatever that news was. From a trading standpoint, that's ultimately what we care about. We need to care that there is news and what does the market think about the news. Now, from a curiosity point, sure. Okay, what actually was the news? But like the what, who cares? Like what the news was does not matter to us as traders. So this right here is the best news indicator. No need for True Social. You just need to watch the chart, because the chart, like I said, tells us as traders the two most important things about news: that there was news and what the market thinks about the news. So, I mean, but I get it. One of the popular questions, especially like, okay, what news scanner do you use? Don't waste your money on a news scanner. Just watch the chart. Well, very quickly, for those of you that enjoy the stream, want to help support it, want to help to ensure that it continues, code CLAY, all caps, with any of these prop firms I recommend Take Profit Trader. I think they're the best, whether you're a beginner, just getting started on your prop firm journey. Even if you're experienced and you're empire building, I've yet to meet an experienced prop firm trader that complains about daily payouts, no consistency rule, no scaling rule, no scalping rule, very clean set of rules. Definitely to consider Take Profit Trader. But like I said, if you are empire building and you enjoy the stream, you want to help support it, then code CLAY with any of these prop firms is how you can make that happen. Someday, hopefully, there are some sponsorships where it won't matter actually if people use code CLAY or not. But as of now, it matters quite a bit, because I need to be wise with my time. As long as things are worth my time, which is what code CLAY is doing, it's helping make it worth my time, then the stream will continue. I know that's upset some people. You should be here free of charge. Listen, I got 6 kids. I need to be wise with my time. So my time needs to be spent wisely. And like I said, code CLAY is what ensures makes that happen. So I'm going to go ahead and call it good. The markets have really just kind of slowed down here. So on your way out, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that'd be great. If we can get 3 more likes, that'd push us up over 300 likes, which would be great. But yeah, if you don't mind hitting that like button on your way out, I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. So make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, because usually I show up early, but in case you want to know exactly when I do go live, like I said, turn on notifications will help with that. Oh, nice. 314. Nice little surge there. Very good. Thank you, everybody. All right, well, this was a fun one. Crazy, irritating, but you know what? I stuck with it, and I guess I got lucky, but at least I kept myself in the game enough to get lucky. So I'll take it. I'll be happy with it. So see everybody back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Like I said, hit that like button on your way out, and if you want to help support the stream, ensure that it continues. Code Clay, all caps, with any of these prop firms. Take care, everybody. Have a good rest of your day.